Much better? Cleaner? Is it lagging? Let me know. Let's get it out the way now. Cause, you know, let's get it out the way now. Cause when I lock in, still a little bit. Let me see this though. Hold on. Is it the camera, just the camera, or is it the whole shit? Hold on, let me see this too. What the fuck was that? Close this. Yeah, move that to trash. Close anything that don't need to be open. Okay, that stuff is cool. Let me turn the chat on real quick.
Do something, can you stop it? I was lonely, I was needy, he didn't need me, she was fiending. Midnight Marauder, scheming, have you heard of her? Hey, you're watching, are you watching? Gotta do something, can you stop it? I was lonely, I was needy, he didn't need me, she was fiending, I had to lean in, I had a moment, I had a weakness, I didn't know it, was I dreaming?
It's fucking all right. Guess that's not gonna work today for that. It's fine. Everything good now? Am I coming through clean? I'm getting text messages saying it's cleaner. I'm getting text messages saying it's cleaner. Look, worst coming to worst, I just turn the camera off. Honestly, that might be a big part of the issue too. Listen, this song right here is gonna be hard to work with. This one's gonna be a little tough, because your boy, come on, man, because there's two taxing programs running at the same time, taxing each other. Downshift Chris, what up? What up? What up? What up? Listen, welcome in. Sorry, I'm having hiccups, just with a little lag and anything like that, but the audio is going through good, so you know we'll be all right. Yeah, definitely. If you popping in here, make sure you follow. If you got an account, you in the chat, make sure you're following. Come through, kick it with the homies. Hold on. Beautiful colors, slow mo. All right, look, let's get started. Let's just get started. Let's just jump into it. I'm not gonna do a lot of preface talking. I'm just gonna jump into the music, man. I want to talk about this record though. This record is produced by Taylor King. Well, we worked on it together, but you know. Some of us play the instruments, some of us play the orchestra. I played the orchestra, he played the instruments, so I give him the props where the props due. It's a huge project, a lot of instruments, not really that crazy. I've seen crazier projects, obviously, but there was a lot going on. We went through a lot of different phases in making this, different recording layers. Yeah, man, like this is the intro to the album. The song is called X. Simple, just that alone, X. It's a record that came about maybe I want to say a little over a year ago now. We made this record, and I've been working on this motherfucker ever since. Literally just racking my brain, tweaking it every now and then, just going back and forth. Like, nah, I want this to sound a little bit more like this. I want to do this. No, it's not over here. So I'm gonna play it, and then I just want to go through it. And the big thing that I'm into right now is just bringing a level of intensity. This mask wants to be in my mouth. Pause. Just bringing a level of intensity. You know, a lot of these records have it already, but I'm focused on bringing a level of strong intensity. Are you dropping the album on Spotify? The album will be available everywhere when it's dropped. Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, whatever. But if you listen through Spotify, definitely follow me on Spotify. Definitely run my shit on Spotify. If you listen to me, Apple Music, Tidal, anywhere else, run me on those as well. You know, simple Alan Wolf search. No biggie, no deal. Lexus, I think there's a Alan Wolf like exclamation thing. Not Alan Wolf, Apple Music exclamation joint as well. I'll put up the other streaming services later if people need those quick links. But Streamlabs, Spotify is the one that I have available right now. All right, let's go. It's X. And it might stop. it might stop because it's a big project, so it might cut off, but you know, we'll work with it. I plan to be working on pieces of record, so I won't be going through the whole thing, just pieces.
Midnight marauder, scheming. Have you heard of her? Hey, you're watching. Are you watching? Gotta do something. Can you stop it? I was lonely. I was needy. You didn't need me. She was fiending. I had to lean in. I had a moment. I had a weakness. I didn't know it. Was I dreaming about this? Was you planning to take me? Was you holding me down because you knew that a time would rush you? She said I couldn't trust you. She said I couldn't love you. All that I wanted was you.
So glad you said that. You can't hear. Hold on. Un momento. Multi-output. You can hear me, but you can't hear the song. Was it you? What's never mind? Lexus.
Now I'm deep under cause you
X marks the spot, cause my ex know my spot, yeah. X marks the spot, cause my ex know my spot, yeah. X marks the spot, cause my ex know my spot, yeah.
No, run it back. No, run it back. Run it back. Run it back.
She said I couldn't love you. All that I wanted was you. Now I'm deep under cause you
X marks the spot, cause my ex know my spot, yeah. X marks the spot, cause my ex know my spot, yeah. X marks the spot, cause my ex know my spot, yeah. X marks the spot, cause my ex know my spot, yeah.
dreaming about this was you. Planning to take me was you. Holding me down because you knew that a time would rush you. She said I couldn't trust you. She said I couldn't love you. All that I wanted was you. Now I'm deep under cause you supposed to last, supposed to hold. You wasn't gonna be there to end, no. You was on the switch, the Nintendo. You love me, but that shit pretend, no. I caught feelings, brought me on my Zeno. I was trying to put you in that brand new Benz, though, with the tin.
So look, I want to stop it there because I do want to. I'm hearing shit, right? This instrument here, I want to solo this out. So this instrument here, we came across it by accident when we were working on it. I don't remember if it was an actually it wasn't instrument. It was in a VST. It wasn't instrument, but it was something that, like, when I heard it, it reminded me of like it reminded me of like Hans Zimmer, like it reminded me of like a Christopher Nolan film. Like just that anxiety build up. This was probably one of the only parts of the song that I like produced that we kept in the song. Because I did drums on the song, I did other things, but I think when we were, you know, when we were working, we were bouncing back and forth in the seat, working on different cadences, different melodies, etc. I think that we just went with a lot of his drums because his drums just hit better. But this part, I do remember this part being one of the moments where it was like, no, let me do it, because I added we did the, you know, the strings, and then we added the bass in too. And it just gave it it just turned it into a movie, like, immediately. And when you add that on with the actual, like, the main instrument that runs through it, this is just, it's a mess. It's a mess. It's textures, but they're emotional. Like this loop is emotional. It's an emotional piece of a sample. It's just, and it's sharp. When you add that with the, and we get into the,
supposed to last, supposed to hold. You wasn't gonna beat it. Switch the Nintendo. You love me, but that shit pretend no. I caught feelings, brought me on my Zeno. I was trying to put you in that brand new Benz though, with the tinted windows. Pull up.
And we had the bassing. Right.
Supposed to last, supposed to hold. You wasn't gonna be there to end, no. You was on the switch, the Nintendo. You love me, but that shit pretend, no. I caught feelings, brought me on my Zeno. I was trying to put you in that brand new Benz though, with the tinted windows. Pull up on your friends though, let the whole thing go.
I use a lot of, I know a lot of people, a lot of producers, a lot of engineers and stuff like that. They're gonna probably see this shit and be like, what? But like I use a lot of like stock shit, honestly. I base a lot of my mixing around the principles of mixing and not so much the fanciness of the tools all the time. I like to focus on the principle, and I think that an EQ will EQ. EQs have different sounds. Every plugin has a different sound to it, has a character. You know, certain people like certain certain plugins from certain companies, etc., certain manufacturers, because they like the, you know, the character that it brings, and I appreciate that. But a lot of times I like to start with the core basis, just the basic principles of just adjusting things, using the tools in their rawest form, and not so much trying to, oh, I need to get this company's this to do this and go over here and try to run that, and, you know, jump around and do a lot of different spending of money to get different shit. You know, I have waves, I have, you know, UAD plugins and shit like that I do utilize as well, and we'll probably get into those throughout today. But a lot of my songs I use the basic Logic plugins, because a tool is a tool. You know, a wrench is a wrench. Yeah, you could buy the really expensive wrench that probably makes it a little easier to do wrench things, but you know what a wrench does? You know what I mean? So yeah.
Supposed to last, supposed to hold. You wasn't gonna be there to end, no. You was on the switch, the Nintendo. You love me, but that shit pretend, no. I caught feelings, brought me on my Zeno. I was trying to put you.
I debated a lot too with this particular. This is like my favorite part of the song personally, just because it's like with everything that you hear before, it's like a lot of intensity. It's like a running, like it's like an adventure, right? Like you're going through, and it's a build up.
I was lonely, I was needy. He didn't need me, she was fiending. I had a leaning,
I had a moment, I had a weakness.
I didn't know it.
And it's,
Dreaming about this was you.
and this drum transition here, that was Taylor's idea. And because I was telling him while we were in the studio, I was like, I want to make it a fucking adventure. I want to make adventures. I don't want to just make hook, song, verse, da da da. I want to make an adventure. This song structure is ridiculous. It actually had a whole different part that we took out. And I'm not even talking about the end part that I'm going to show you also. This is the shorter version. I'll show you the end, the actual full version, but I wanted to make an adventure. I wanted this album to feel like movement through a story or through a narrative almost, or you be able to drive to this shit and you like are really like you know, envisioning scenes or like feel like you're in it. Pfizer, hey Pfizer. But you know, feel like you're in it, feel like you're in a moment, feel like you're really going through like whatever I'm going through, or going, you know, relating it to yourself and applying it. Like I know I'm talking a lot about it, but it's that I wanted it to be that. I wanted to make the point that it's that meticulous for me that it felt that way. You know, it's very easy for us to make the whole beat this. You know, like we could do that easy, but I wanted more. I wanted
She was fiending, I had to lean in, I had a moment, I had a weakness, I didn't know it. Was I dreaming about this? Was you planning to take me? Was you holding me down?
I like when the instruments tell their own stories. I love when the instruments tell their own stories. I do. I love that shit.
I couldn't love you. All that I wanted was you. Now I'm deep under cause you.
X marks the spot, cause my ex know my spot, yeah. X marks the spot, cause my ex know my spot, yeah. X marks the spot, cause my ex
You know what I mean?
spot, yeah. X marks the spot, cause my ex know my spot, yeah.
Dreaming about this was
And this, the thing is, this is that part again. When I was writing it, I didn't have a place for. I didn't want to say anything else at this part when these drums come in. Like this particular area.
dreaming about this was you.
I didn't want.
Take me was you. Holding me down
There's nothing else I could have said over that would have been better. So I just said it again. That's why I say the song structure is kind of all over the place, because like it's kind of repetitive until it gets to this point, but it's captivating at the same time, because that part is just so catchy and it just feels good to listen to. Like it reminds me of like hey, you call me bad-handed, banging on the bathroom door. Like it reminded me of that shit. Like, oh, I get that out. I was thinking of that song when I was making this shit, and I was like, oh, I want to get in that bag, and like just, I don't know, just made it darker.
Dreaming about this was you. Planning to take me was you. Holding me down because you knew that a time would rush you. She said I couldn't trust you. She said I couldn't love you. All that I wanted was you. Now I'm deep.
And then my favorite part.
Supposed to last, supposed to hold. You wasn't gonna be there to end, no. You was on the switch, the Nintendo. You love me, but that shit pretend, no. I call
the drums telling the story.
No. I was trying to put you in that brand new Benz, though, with the tinted windows. Pull up on your friends, though. Let the whole
And then we get into the.
Now you let her fuck me.
Hey.
Now you let me touch you, like you bust
Hey.
Why you trying to act like
You was really. You was living.
my life? No seatbelt through the highlight. Inside though, you was my light. All these dark days with my insight. I still feel the pain on my inside.
X marks the spot, cause my ex know my spot, yeah. X marks the spot, cause my ex know my spot, yeah. X marks the spot, cause my ex know my spot, yeah. X marks the spot, cause my ex know my spot, yeah.
I wanna see, this is one of those songs where I'm not gonna this song I'm actually not gonna go through and try to remix, because I've already, this song has been mixed maybe close to fucking 50 times, like completely from scratch. And it's one of those things where like, don't touch it, because you already got it right, and if you touch it again then you're gonna fuck it up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to open, let me go back to the let me go back to full camera real quick, because this likes to fuck up when I do this. I'm gonna open a new project, and when I open a new project it likes to fuck up. So let me go back here and try to open up the full X project. Sound shift alter. Okay. So there's a when we were working on this, I remember I sent it to Che. I sent multiple mixes to Che, and then we were deciding on the video that we're gonna do and everything like that. And Che told me to take off this end part of the song for the album, just because in playing it for people and people hearing it for the first time. Well, he didn't say take it off. He said to maybe think about it. Just to kind of, because he said it should, you know, that where it ends right there, it tightens it up. It's a good package. Where it originally ends makes a song like close to 4 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes. And I'm going to play the end of that. I'm going to play the end of the true end of X, which will probably end up in the video version, in the full version, you know, the full presentation of the record, but probably not on the album version at first. I haven't fully decided yet. It might end up on the album. I just haven't fully decided. I actually like the short version. I like how it ends that way. And I like having something else to be able to play with that's kind of a, you know, an incentive to go watch the video maybe or something like that. But check this out.
Lost the spot, cause my ex know my spot, yeah.
So hold on. Let me get this fucking window right. Every time I open a new window, it fucking here we go. Is that it? That's it. There we go. That made it easy. Boom. Thank you. All right, let's check this. Let's run it.
Sick of being paid and being fucked with, ho. Try to get my heart, but you don't want this, so. Told me not to come, finna mind this, so. Told me not to drive, finna float this, so. Bottles on me, know the dollars on me, know the models on me. If a nigga won't see, bring a nigga, let him see. Leave it empty, hope his mama never sees a dark world.
Remember what I said about adventure.
Revelations, unfurled, dollars on me, know the models on me. If a nigga won't see, bring a nigga, let him see.
And that intensity, that anxiety build. All we did was take the beat, take the entirety of the beat and throw it into a fucking, you know, the fucking what's the name of the company that makes the slow, you know, everybody uses it, the fucking 2x shit, slows it down, cuts it down. And then I wanted to go back to Prince of Wolves. When I was making this song, I literally saw red. This song is the color red for me. Like this should all actually be like, these green parts should actually be like, I might change them right now on the stream. These should all actually be red. Color regions. Yeah. How do I change these? These should all be red. All the green parts. Color regions by tracks. Color, edit. Color. Name and color, name and regions, color regions by track. All right, where's the fucking option to color the fucking shit? Window, color, piano roll, controls, musical typing. Where's the color at? Come on. Show me the colors. Mark controls. I'm blind. Colors. Yeah, this track, this shit is red. That's a little better. Halftime. That's it. Halftime. We just do halftime on the beat. I mean, everybody fucking does that. But I wanted to turn it into an adventure. We added instruments, of course, to it and shit like that. But I'm all about the adventure feeling. I'm all about that build, about that anxiety, that cinematic energy that you can bring to the shit. Like,
X lost the spot, cause my ex know my spot, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely halftime. Thank you for the gift this up, Lex.
Sick of being paid and being fucked with, ho. Try to get my heart, but you don't want this, so. Told me not to come, finna mind this, so. Told me not to drive, finna float this, so. Bottles on me, know the dollars on me, know the models on me. If a nigga won't see, bring a nigga, let him see. Leave a clip empty, hope his mama never sees a dark world.
girl, revelations. Unfurled dollars on me, know the models on me. If a nigga won't see, bring a nigga, let him see. It's yeah, yeah, yeah. Ah.
Oh, it sets it overload right at the part. All right, so look, like I like that. I like that emote. It's yeah. So that's the original ending. It extends it a little bit. It takes away from the bop aspect, but the intention of the song is it for it to get to this point where I'm telling this story. I'm talking about this love, this lost love, the intricacies of it, the things that I feel about it, and then it gets to the point where we're literally getting to a point where I say, sick of being played and being fucked with, and I'm talking about I'm drunk. The end part is drunkenness, hence the slowness, hence the kind of loony aspect to it. It's drunken. Sick of being fucked with, ho. But you don't want this, so I finna mod this, so told me not to drive from the right. It's savagery, you know.
Leave a clip emptied, hope his mama never sees a dark world. Oh girl, revelations.
And the thing is, like, my computer, you know, it's not the fastest and, you know, greatest of computers, so I do have to, you know, and this is actually what they tell you to do on the website with working with the project, is to kind of either bust out your you know, you're supposed to bust out your plugins as you're using them, or you what I do is I'll record everything and I'll fucking just export. I'll bounce everything into the project with all the effects and everything onto them, so that I can operate and move through, and it's not trying to process every plugin as I'm moving through the project. So that's where you get like all of these fucking regions and sections here, all these different vocal areas here. These are all woof vocals, like it's all the different areas, the different layers. Same thing with the instruments, obviously. And I just bounce everything out so that it's not processing so heavy, so that I don't know if you can see it up here, but the CPU usage is pretty low. If I have all that shit running actively and going, that shit, my computer will literally fucking crash. Especially with this project. And we made this on a fucking more powerful machine anyway. So when I actually brought it here to my machine to work on it, it was like, you know, it exploded. So I had to figure it out. Like I said, I'm not going to go deep into the mix with this record because I don't want to fuck with anything. I don't want to touch it. But yeah, that's X. This is the intro to Bloodsport. This is the first record on the album. This was the song that made me go, okay, now we make songs that fit this. When I made it, it was now we make joints that match this. I've been on Instagram Live. I've jumped on Instagram Live and worked on this record multiple times. Like just with niggas in the Instagram joint. Like, I'm not gonna go to the next song on the album. I'm gonna go to a different song on the album. There's 6 records on the album. It is an EP. There's 6 joints. This one is track 4? Nah. Yeah, no, it's 3, track 3. This is the 3rd song on the album. Let me make sure the shit is right. It's not right. There we go. Okay. This song is called Hand on the Throat. And it's produced by Rax. This song is so fire, bro. Hold on. This shit is so fucking fire. I gotta just preface it with that. This shit is so fucking tough. Let me just run it for you. This is called Hand on Her Throat. I'm gonna talk about where I got the title from. Don't worry about it.
Hand on the throat. Hand on the throat. Hit the stroke.
Again. The way I view it, I'm thinking cinematic, and I'm thinking adventure. This is a part of an adventure. This is a part of a picture any kind of movie, whatever you think of, but picture scenes, picture combat, picture emotions. I can't stress it enough when you're listening to this shit. It's adventure.
Hand on the throat. Hand on the throat. Hit the stroke. It's enticing. It's enticing. Hate you in your face, but they like it. They do anything to be like it. Don't pull away, don't fight it. Ooh. She want Hermes and Chanel, Birkins and hotels. She don't want no drama, so she hiding how she feel. Nigga check up in the mail. Legend Rockefeller.
I'm gonna talk about this mix. I'm gonna get into the mix on this. I'm gonna talk about the tools. I'm gonna talk about my. I'm gonna talk about it.
Niggas stuck on the narcotics. I move aeronautics. You let niggas play with you. I never play about it. It's enticing. Hate you in your face, but they like it. They do anything to be like it. Don't pull away, don't fight it. I never talk to the feds, but the Glock is spill. Yo, bitch, that don't red, cause she not for real. Memos out my sweat, hydrate your vibe for real. Photo bins with a beam, she won't play hostages. She got again. Her hands in my pants. I make sense. I make most sense. She get for devotions. Those exceptions made for me. Teardrops on her top when she think I up and leave. It's enticing. Hate you in your face, but they like it. They do anything to be like it. Don't pull away, don't fight it. Hand on the throat, hit the stroke. Hand on the throat, hit the stroke. She want Hermes and Chanel, Birkins and hotels. She don't
It's
want no
easy.
drama, she just want that.
It's easy. This is why a lot of times when producers send me beats, I pass on them, because a lot of times it's just good beats. It's not. It's not my story. It's not my story. It may be a story, an energy there, a vibe there, but it's not mine. You know, it's good. You're good at what you do, but are you for me? And that's a lot of times that's why it's hard for me to work with a lot of people. But let me get into this record. So a lot of times I get DMs, I get messages, whatever, about my vocal channel that I use in my vocals, because I'm obviously not an on nigga. How do I get my shit to sound the way it sounds? Well, I'm an amateur still. I don't think that my shit sounds as good as people tell me it sounds. But I'm also listening with a very trained ear, and I'm comparing it to other things that I think that people take for granted. But that's my job, right? That's my position. If I'm the one mixing my record, it's my job to kind of be critical of my sound and try to find ways to better it. My vocal channel, obviously I'm using autotune on this. I don't use a fancy autotune. A lot of my friends that make music and shit, they fucking get on my ass. They get on my ass because they're like, man, you know, why don't you use a real autotune? Like, why don't you use like a real thing? I don't. I use the basic fucking like Logic pitch correction, guys. I don't do anything very special. You guys have better tools than me. You guys sound better than me. Like, or you should, at least. You should sound better than me. And I don't know if these extra windows are popping up. I'm actually watching the stream while I'm fucking doing this to see if it's gonna fucking pop up on the fucking on the window capture. But yeah, like I'm not using anything special. I'm using fucking pitch correction. I use a noise gate on all of my vocals because room, right? Not in studio, and I don't like the sound of external noises outside of my microphone. I like to try to get my vocals isolated as much as possible. Very important that happens. If it doesn't, it will bother me to no end. And I don't think that the external windows are popping up when I open them. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Let me just try to test something. Yeah, they're not popping up because they're actual other windows, and I'm only doing one window at a time. I sound professional. I may sound professional, but there's levels to the shit, man. That's all I can say about it. There's levels to the shit. If I can't play you references on here because I'll get DMCA strikes. But if I played you a lot of my audio references, things that I listen to kind of compare sound and try to look at and go, okay, I want to get to, I want to try to get my vocals at this point. A lot of it comes down to really analog tools and not so being digital. A lot of motherfuckers that you hear, that you listen to, their engineers are, and in the studios that they're at, they're using analog devices and real like rigs and shit, while I'm sitting here doing everything digitally. So it's not the same level of quality, it's not the same depth or the same warmth that you get, but I do my best. My thing is that I used to try to get the analog sound digitally, and I stopped trying to do that. I said, all right, fuck it, I'm making digital music, I'm doing it digitally, I'm releasing it digitally. I just need to go deeper into what I have and what I'm using and what I'm doing, and not try to mimic a sound that something that I don't have, because it kind of takes away from it, because you could tell the difference still. So fuck you, right?
Enticing. Hate you in your face, but they like it.
I hate mixing too, but I love it when I love the music. When I love the record I'm working on, when I love my songs, mixing is a blast, because I cannot wait to make this shit sound fire. I cannot wait to, you record a record, you like, oh, I got this shit slap, but like, I cannot wait until I can play this shit somewhere and niggas is like, who is that? Like, I can't wait to get to that point. So in that part of it, mixing is very fun for me. I don't like mixing for other people because I don't care about other people's music. I care about my music. So hats off to all like engineers. You niggas got it. I hate mixing other people's music, even my friends. Fuck y'all shit. Get your own shit. That's like me doing layups for you. You know what I'm saying? No. I like get my own points.
They do anything to be like it.
This was such an easy song to make.
Don't pull away.
All right, so I want to talk about how I want to talk about how I got it to become, how the song became Hand on the Throat, how that became the title. So look, Hand on the Throat, right? I recorded this song without this intro. Hold on. Without this intro that I have here.
Hand on the throat.
That's that was literally the last thing I recorded on here. The song was this. It was just a hate you in your face when they ring it.
They do anything to be like it.
That was a joint. But I just felt like when I was finished the whole song, I was sitting here looking like, all right, so like, what do I call it? And I did not, for the love of God, I did not want to call this song Enticing. I was not going to do it. I was not going. I was not about to call this shit Enticing. No fucking way, no shot. anything but that. So I'm like, man, what the fuck do I call it? Like, I'm just sitting here, I'm running it back and forth. I'm playing the whole song over and over and over again. The shit sound fire. Everything else in the middle was there, but it was this part, well, the beginning and the end part was not there. And I was running the beat, and it was, you know, if you rap, then, you know, sometimes you'll be playing some shit and you come up with, you know, you have a song done, you come up with like another part. Sometimes you come up with like some other shits that you want to say or whatever. And I'm just running it, and I didn't have anything on the beginning, on the intro here, on this fucking this part of the beat. This was the intro of the beat. It was just right.
It's enticing.
Yeah. I didn't know, but I was, one of the times I had it on loop, I'm sitting here chilling, I'm kicking it, I'm eating some food or whatever, and it was just, you know, hand on the throat, hit this throat, and it just came through, bro. Like, that shit just came out of nowhere, because it was just like the vibe of that. It's enticing. Like, it just reminded me, it was just, it just felt like vampire, like sexual, like vampire, like, you know, like a sex scene in a vampire movie, or like some dark, you know what I'm saying? Just like some, like, it just reminded me of that, just like really, like, you know, like like not like, no, I ain't mean it in like I ain't mean it in no type of like, you know, over, like, you know, non-consensual way or not like that. It was, everything that I'm talking about is consensual in the shit, but, you know, I mean, come on, man, don't act like shorty's doing like a little, I mean, a little hand on the throat, you know what I mean? Just keep it a buck here, alright? You know what I'm saying? This is not a PG fucking stream here. It's not PG music, alright? And I'm not gonna cap. And there was an issue when we were trying to put this song in the album, you know, niggas was talking about like, well, you know, that title, some people might feel a way about it, and to me, it's good. Like, I want you to feel a way about it. I want you to, why would he name it that? And I like that type of shit, even if it makes you not like the song. It's provocative. That's what I want. I want to provoke thoughts, emotions, perspectives, energy, you know. And that it was a blessing, man. That me coming up with that part changed this whole record. It made me go back and add things. I added this shit on the hook here that I actually want to work on with you guys today. This part here that I just cut the like
They do anything to be like
it. All the likes. Like don't pull away, don't fight it. Fight. I love that part of the song. I love that ad that I did, because it was without it before. You know what I mean? I was just running it.
Hate you in your face,
But they like it. I think some of the early versions that I sent out to my friends, like Suv and niggas, might have a version where I don't have that like I, you know, or maybe like video clips of me recording it right after I recorded it or some shit. Like that wasn't on the song until a little later. I was really just running it in the whip and shit, and just thinking like, this shit the hook needs something, because the first hook don't have it.
it's enticing.
Hate you in your face, but they like it. Because it's important to me sometimes with the first hook, if it comes on the first hook, I want people to know the word, so I don't want anything to be in the way of that. I want you to know I want you to get comfortable with that hook, and then this, you know, we can add on we can start sprinkling the spices and shit on later. But I wanted you to really hear the raw, like, just that it's enticing, yeah, and just get into that. Hate you in your face, but they like it, yeah. They do anything. Like, I really wanted people, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I make this shit, I imagine 50,000 people, you know, knowing the words. Like, I imagine, and I want it to be easy to sing too. Like, I just want it to be some shit where you could it just come on, and you might not even really be realizing that you like that you listening to the song, but you just like, you know, you in your phone, you doing whatever, come on in the whip, like, you know, like I just want it to be something that's just infectious.
It's enticing.
And when we get to the second hook, it's
hate you in your face, but they like it.
because I was thinking like I was thinking about like the beginning of this record, how it comes in.
Hand on the throat. Hand on the throat. Hit the stroke.
I was gonna see something like this. I just want to see something.
Hand on the throat. Hand on the throat. Hit the stroke. It's enticing. Like. It's enticing.
See, I want to do something more with it. I wanna kind of submerge it, but also enrage it. So what I mean by that is that I want to put it in the background. I don't want it to be so prominent in the beginning. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it down a little bit, and I'm going to add a distortion to it. Again, I'm using basic Logic shit. I'm using the clip distortion in Logic. I know it's not coming up on the screen, but you'll hear the difference in a second. So I'm using the clip distortion in Logic. I'm going to turn the drive up, and I'm going to turn the low filter up and adjust the high shelving and adjust the mix. And let's see what this sounds like. So it's not strong enough for me. I want to drive it more. Turn the drive up. All right, that's loud. I want to turn the output down. I'm gonna adjust the filter some more. No, yes, no, yeah, yes. Wait, let me see some. There it is. The second one sounds so much better because the first one I was like whispering like light, but the second was light. They have more like mid in it, and it just sounds so much better with the fucking distortion. But it's fine. It's fine because it's in the background. It's in the submerge. I just want to have that kind of cadence kind of kicking in the beginning because I felt like the beginning was really good, but it can be kind of when you listen to my thing is I don't want you to when you listen to the song for the first time, it sounds good. You like it. You listen to it for the 5th time, it sounds good. You like it. When you listen to it for the 100th time, do you still like it? You know, I've listened to the song 100 times. I love this song, but can I add something that makes it so that when it comes on for the 1000th time, 3 years after it came out, 5 years after it came out, when it comes on, that you can still, that there's moments that activate memories. Another thing that I think is important in music, in my music at least, because I know that people are going to live with the music. People are going to allow me into their homes, allow me into their ears, their heads, allow me into their cars and their jobs, whatever. And they're going to live with the music. They're going to experience moments, people, ups, downs, all types of shit with the music. And I want it to trigger the memories, even if they're bad. I want the music to provoke. Like I said, I want it to provoke. I want it to stick. You know, there's certain songs you can listen to and it time travels you. It takes you back to a moment. Sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing. But it's the purpose, I think, of the music. You know, it's the sound of emotions. It should trigger, and psychologically, I like to add things and do things to my mixes to make sure that happens. That these songs become a part of a moment. You know, if you listen to Darko, you know, I was talking about Darko with I'm not going to go too deep into it, but I was talking about Darko with a friend of mine, and we were talking about how he was talking about how it puts you in a trance. The album puts you in a trance. That was on purpose. I had binaural processing on a lot of the vocals and a lot of the instruments so that it had a hypnotic effect. It was on purpose. I had many sit downs with friends where they're like, "Don't do that. It's gonna fuck with people's heads." And I said, good, like, you know, but they didn't, you know, a lot of my friends didn't like it at first. They were like, no, you don't have to do that, you know? And I'm like, no, I want to do that. I want to try it. Where have you experienced this before? You know, if don't drive listening to Darko, you know, you'll pass your exit. You know what I mean? Like it throws you into a trance. I didn't do that a lot with this, but I do want to trigger. I do want to have things that trigger intensities or things that you mouth or sing subconsciously without even thinking about it. See, it's too loud. Too loud. Yeah, that's it right there. Okay, it's cool. So that's there. So what I'm gonna also do is I'm gonna spread it out. This is when I'm gonna go to the into the real plugins. I go into Waves, and I use this plugin a lot. It's called the S1 Imager. And then the S1 Imager, what I like to do with certain vocals, I like to give everything space because I don't view the music as just one big block of things. I view it as a kind of like a circle, like a globe, and and different instruments and different things exist in this ball, and certain, or shape, I should say, in this space. Certain songs are different shapes and different spaces. That's where you get your reverb reflections, you know, if you're as compared to using, you know, if you're in a rounded space as compared to like a box space, etc., etc. I like you to be able to listen to the music, and the basis thing too is that I don't mix for stereo surround sound Dolby fucking 5.1. I mix for the fucking cheapest, you know, skull candy headphones, Apple AirPods, whatever, earpods, whatever. I mix for the headphones that people are listening to the most accessible things. Your phone speaker, your fucking laptop, you know, Instagram, fucking, you know, like I'm not mixing for the high end monitors and studio sound. We don't do that. I give me the shittiest fucking sound source, so that, or sound, you know, output, so that I can hear. If it sounds good on some shitty shit, it sounds good on the fire shit. My philosophy. So I like to give things space. I like to give things space. I don't want things clashing. I don't want things overlapping too much. Sometimes it's necessary. Mixing is an art form. There's no right way. I'm not sitting here and I'm not telling you how to do things correctly. I'm telling you how I do things for my artistic expression, for the type of music that I make, and my intention, and showing you that my intention isn't just mechanical. It isn't just based on, you know, it isn't just based on the technical aspects. It's based on psychology. It's based on emotions. It's based on how it makes you feel outside of the words. You know, the lyrics are that's a different stream. I'm not really here to talk so much about lyrics. I'm here to talk about how I present these sounds in order to get result. So I threw an imager on there and I spread the vocals out. And what that does is you'll hear the difference. I'll turn it off and turn it on. I'll actually mute it so you can hear it off. Right? This is off. Still off. Still off. Okay. That's how you do your shit. Yeah, I think it's important. Now, granted, still have the nicer things if you can afford them. Still have, you know, decent headphones. Put some, you know, invest your money into good quality, you know, high end products if you can. You know, especially when it comes to speakers and headphones and microphones and shit like that. Definitely invest into that stuff. But when it comes to mixing, I used to mix my songs. I had a 1996 Nissan Maxima. I used to bring my laptop in the car with my mixes and plug it up. Half of my speakers didn't work, and the ones that did, they rattled like when the bass hit and shit like that. But I remember when I would listen to Rick Ross, or when I would listen to Kanye, or when I would listen to Drake, when I listen to anybody that I listen to that's a major artist, their shit never rattled my bass. It never sounded bad. Like, it rattled it a little bit, but it's still, you know, it sounded good in my shitty fucking speakers. And I'm like, why doesn't my shit sound good? Like, you know, and that was a sign of a difference for me. Like, oh, it's another level that I haven't tapped into. I used to sit in my car and mix my records because, you know, where do people listen to music the most? In their cars, on their headphones, or on their laptop, on their fucking whack ass fucking iPhone speaker. Like, a lot of times people aren't plugging it up to a sound system and blasting it through their house a lot of times. No. You know, where are kids listening to the music? Where, you know, you got to think about those things. So I would start there. I would start at the low points, and then I'll go, you know, I would end my process at the, you know, at the studio, hearing it on the big JBL speakers, whatever, and boom, boom, and I'm hearing fire. I like to mix my stuff that I like to mix with stuff that people use in their daily. Yeah, exactly. So I go back to the spreader. So I put this imager on there, and I want to change the image. I want to bring this small little tiny little background vocal that I just want to ping. I don't even want you to even, if you've never heard the song, to even know what the fuck I'm saying, but I just want the sound to be there. Right? It's spread out now. If I'm gonna turn it off, I'm gonna turn it off and play the same thing. Right? It's there, it's here, it has reverb on it, it sounds like it, you know, it's in a space. But it's almost as if I'm bringing you closer to it, and now that you're closer to it, it's surrounding you. Now you're in it. I do this because it allows me to turn it down.
It's enticing. It's enticing.
The subtleties are so important. It's not all about putting every vocal that you record up front, in front of the stage. You have to have subtlety in your shit. You have to have small details that people probably will never hear, but they're layers, there's textures to it, you know, like a painting. You know, there's layers and textures to the painting that the artist knows to put there, that gave it what it gives you, but you may not see it. You're seeing what's on the front. You know, you're seeing the last layer, but it's deeper than that. I'm very big on those minute little subtle vocals, melodies, things in the background, instruments, whatever, little things that just give it character, give it color, give it a body, you know what I mean? Instead of it all just being like every vocal is up front. Oh, this one's over here, panned here, pan there, pan there. Turn it down. Turn something down. Layer it. Record 10 layers of a fucking hook. You know, do something, you know, go as hard as you can and then take things away, you know, build the ice block and then chip away. I work with a lot of artists, and they're always like, you know, niggas will always want every little vocal turned up all the way, and it's like, okay, like, cool, you want people to hear things, but like it can, you're clashing, you know, you have everything fighting each other, you know what I mean? You have, I hear it a lot in a lot of artist music, even mainstream niggas, like you have everything clashing with each other because of your ego. That's what it really is your ego is destroying your mixes, and not even just your ego, but the fact that you underestimate the intelligence of your audience. I stopped underestimating the intelligence of my audience when I was a very early James Blake fan, when his music wasn't even available. You weren't allowed to listen to it on like Apple Music in America. Like I can only listen to it if I like went to his website and like downloaded it and shit. And I remember just listening to it. Me and my boys would just run like his early shit before he was like famous, and just be like, man, this nigga is so raw, and like, you know, we didn't think nobody knew about him. And then like he started to like get famous and shit. And I remember just having conversations about just, you know, damn, bro, this man is like the master of subtlety. Like he has so many subtle little things in the background of his music, his vocals. If you listen to James Blake, you know what I'm talking about. But it was always like very interesting to me, and it made me want to, you know, it made me appreciate that more, because I was one of those artists that wanted everything up front. You know what I mean? And listening to him made me appreciate those little nuances, even if it was just like a random vocal at this part in the verse, or some shit random here, and it's just in the background reverbed and, you know, panned, you know, moving, panning, and just textures, just moving, like it just, you know, life. you know, an evolving sound throughout your record, and just something that adds a little extra things. If you're looking at this screen here and you're seeing, you know, the different like little cuts, little blue pieces, you know, underneath the verses and little things like that, you know, there's ad libs and stuff like that, but it's little nuances of just like here, if I go to this part, to this verse here, right?
Legend Rockefeller. I think she Mariah pussy sing.
Let me hold on, let me solo these out. Right, so if we go to the verse here,
Legend Rockefeller. I think she Mariah pussy singing acapella. Got no priors on Chappelle. All the dogs can tell. All my walls real. All my ops in hell. Niggas stuck on the narcotics. I move aeronautics.
it's the intention there was, for one, this originally wasn't there, right? So this pale that I had it, so
She singing acapella. Got no priors on Chappelle. I think she Mariah pussy singing acapella. Got no priors on Chappelle.
okay, that was like that for maybe a month, 2 months. That was how the song went. One day I was in the gym, I'm listening to it, and I'm like fucking doing my fucking conditioning and shit. I'm fucking halfway through and I'm sweating and this song is on, and I'm like, nope. That's too dry. Let me add a little something that will just change it so much, but be so small. It's just, I just cut the end. When I said acapella, I took the pel out of acapella and I just fucking echoed it. Simple shit.
Legend Rockefeller. I think she Mariah pussy singing acapella. Got no priors on Chappelle. All the dogs can tell. All my walls real. All my ops in hell. Niggas.
All my ops in hell with the deep voice. I talk about hell and I talk about
God again.
I talk about hell and I talk about God on both verses. The first verse I say hell, all my ops in hell, and I put the deep voice, obviously, right?
What's real? All my ops in hell. Niggas stuck on the narcotics. I
move aeronautics.
You let niggas play with you. I never play about it.
It's enticing. And we go to the second verse and I do the same thing.
I never talk to the feds, but the Glock is spill. Yo, bitch, that thong red, cause she not for real. Bamos out my sweat, hydrate your vibe for real. Photo bands with the beam. She won't play hostages. She won't see God again. Her hands in my pants. I make sense. I make most sense. She get for devotions. Those exceptions made for me. Teardrops on her top. When she think I up and leave.
It's enticing. There's little nuances that keep the bounce going. The vocal is an instrument, so you caught it. You can't just run the instrument straight through and just let it rock. Like something is boring. It gets boring. Little nuance. This is simple shit. This is not, I'm not saying it's like, oh, it's this profound thing that I did. Simple shit that I do, that I add to my mixes, I add to my vocals. I like to take the verse and I like to break it. I like to break it apart. How can I destroy it? If you see all the cuts in this verse, I was trying to do madness to this shit. I did the ad libs on it. I didn't do ad libs on the second verse because I wanted you to hear what the fuck I was saying. And I didn't want a whole bunch of you know, fucking clashing with the shit. How many times do you stream a song like this one right now? I don't understand that question. I don't understand that question. Please rephrase that so I can, I do want to understand.
I never talk to the feds, but the Glock is spill. Yo, bitch, that thong red, cause she not for real. Memos out my sweat, hydrate your vibe for real. Photo bands with the beam, she won't play hostages. She won't see God again. Her hands in my pants. I make sense. I make most sense. She get for devotions. Those exceptions made for me. Teardrops on her top when she think I up and leave. It's enticing. Hate you in your face, but they like it. They do anything to be like it. Don't pull away, don't fight it.
I think it's important. I think it's important to take pieces of what your main vocal is and utilize them throughout the record. Remember, there's sounds. You can stretch them, you can bend them, you can do so much with it. I implore you, if you're an artist, if you're a producer, to do that. For a lot of producers, no, because they samples all the time. They stretch shit and move shit around and do all types of shit with samples all the time. But a lot of artists that, you know, maybe don't tap in that deeply, etc., etc. It's very important, I think, to just try, man. Try. And if it don't sound good, undo it. Delete it. You know what I mean? Or not delete it, but you know, undo it or mute it or whatever. Don't yeah, this is all vocal. Like it's all vocal performance. The beat is cool. Yeah, the beat's nice.
Hate you in your face, but they like it.
But the beat ain't shit without me.
They do anything to be like it.
If we go here, so
Hand on the throat, hit the stroke. Like, hand on the throat, hit the stroke. Like. She want Hermes and Chanel, Birkins and hotels. Yeah, she don't want no drama, she just want that. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, she want that.
and yeah, that's enough space. Yeah, there's enough space for you to dance, for you to get in your bag. There's enough space. The thing too with this beat was that I really like the strings on it, man. Like I really like the orchestral submerged, you know, strings that you know, like let me go back to this part. This is where it really shines.
Hermes and Chanel, Birkins and hotels. Yeah, she don't want no drama, she just want that. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I really know it. Yeah, she want that.
Fire. Okay, yeah, I love that song, bro. That song when you're like driving fast on the fucking highway, not speeding, but you know, driving fast. And you know, not speeding, but driving over the speed limit. But anyway, driving within the speed limit, you know. But no one knows because there's no cops around, right? Anyway, when you're driving, bro, at a speed that feels good because you let it go and that song is on, yeah, it's enticing. That shit is crazy. I sent all my niggas that song and shit like that, man. Niggas was fucking, that was a smash hit with me and my niggas. I mean, I gotta put this on the album. I wasn't at first. My album had a completely different track list with completely different songs. First couple track listings. All right, now I'm gonna go to track number 2 on the album because that's track number 3. Where is it at? I just love that song, so I wanted to do it next. Wanted to do a second, but now I want to go to find Howl at the Moonlight. And Apple has the worst search system. Like it's worse. It's actually the worst search system of any operating system or anything. Like if you search for something, it doesn't show you it. Like it's the weirdest thing. But if you search it, like if you like, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain their searching, but it's bad. And it used to not be bad. It used to actually be great. And they did something and it's horrible. How the Moonlight, here it is. So I know if I try to type to find it, I won't find it. Love that you got your titties on right now too. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, you know, man, it's hot and I just didn't want to come on here with like a t-shirt. So I was like, man, let me, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the crib. Anyway, so this song is called Howl at the Moonlight. When I made this record, hold on, let me switch my shit up. When I made this record, when I made this joint, hold up, that's not the right fucking song. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's enticing. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. So when I made this song, I fucking I ain't gotta tell you why I made this song. You'll get it when you hear it. But this song, got me my deal, I think. Well, it got me another deal, but I didn't get that deal. I didn't finish that deal. But this song, man, some motherfuckers learned about me when I set this joint up. Motherfuckers learned about me. That's all I'm gonna say, man. And I was happy with that, so I put it on the album. I wasn't going to. This is another song that wasn't gonna go on the album, but Che talked me into it. He's like, man, niggas fuck with this shit. You need to put this one on the album. I'm like, fuck. Hold on. Dumb nigga. My fucking router's on the floor. I'm a dumb nigga. Anyway, so, okay, I'm gonna play it. I'm just gonna play it.
When I went dragging the heat in my lungs, that's when I went asthma.
Line out the door.
That's when I went massive.
Online world.
Still had to have fashion and
Engine to roll.
When I wanna go faster.
Bitch with an ass fatter than the last one, man.
I broke my heart for this shit. Put it on the wall through darts at the shit. I gotta be smart for this shit. Before the light fades from the art of the shit. I seen guys on their knees go run to the mountains to restarting this shit.
I wonder if there's gonna be me one day when I really take apart all this shit.
God that I never flaunt it, I make a monster of monsters that have a Martian. I want the darkness to harness, don't let it tarnish. I want my baby to love me. Love a carcass, everything that I lost, I already lost it. Everybody that I cost, I already cost them. I don't wanna die
lonely, it's so exhausted.
That I missed on the meaning of why I'm brought here. So I howl at the moonlight, howl at the moonlight phases, howl at the moonlight, howl at the moonlight phases, howl at the moonlight. Howl at the moonlight phases. Howl at the moonlight. Howl at the moonlight phases. Only short niggas can stand on Lamborghinis.
But I'm too beastly.
Baby gon' threaten me with
athlete DNs. But I bought freely
niggas think I need
to calm my thinking. But I sip tea leaves.
Stop talking to you and
just talk to me then. No one they need me.
No, but I never coasted. I proposed me a toast and they try to roast it. Had my dick in the throat and I have recorded. And she told me she hoped that I never posted. Had
dope for the fiends and they got their nose dead. Had to bow at the building before explore shit. Then Che came along for our plan explosives. Went back to the lab to increase the doses. No D's.
I was a hot boy nigga, top boy nigga.
Hard top boy with the
Glock boy nigga. Diamonds in the sky like a rock boy nigga. Ass niggas with a chance what they fly for a nigga. Funny how they choke with a dream in their face. Try to stay woke with a lean in their pace. Laugh at the screen, think they demons are raised. These not even ghosts, think they demon replaced. Howl at the moonlight. Howl at the moonlight phases. Howl at the moonlight. Howl at the moonlight phases. Howl at the moonlight. Howl at the moonlight phases. Howl at the moonlight. Howl at the moonlight phases.
This song, I mixed it maybe. How many mixes of this song do I have? Oh, what mix am I on for this? 4? I only mixed it 4 times. This was easy. Oh yeah, I know, but this was easy. This was easy to make, man. This is the bag. I mean, come on, fam. You know what type of time we on. You know what we listening to. You know what type of energy we on. This the whole clique in the suburban through the streets. This the
bad when I had baggage. I had badges. The mask when I had bad when I went savage. The last of the drag. That's when I went dragging the heat in my lungs. That's when I went asthma. A line out the door. That's when I went massive. An online world. Still had to have fashion. The engine to roar. When I wanna go faster. A bitch with an ass fatter than the last one. Man, I broke my heart for this shit. Put it on the wall through darts at the shit. I gotta be smart for this shit. Before the light fades from the art of the shit. I seen guys on their knees go run to the mountains to restarting this shit. I wonder if there's gonna be me one day when I really take apart all this shit. God that I never flaunt it, I make a monster of monsters that have a Martian. I want the darkness to harness, don't let it tarnish. I want my baby to love me, can love a carcass. Everything that I lost, I already lost it. Everybody that I cost, I already cost them. I don't wanna die lonely, it's so exhausted that I missed on the meaning of why I'm brought here. So I howl at the moonlight.
It's the instrument. It's the instrument.
Bad when I had baggage.
It's a drum, like it's a, you know, but it's the carry too, right? Because I talk about the adventure aspect of this music, the thing that I like to carry through. Why are the songs in the order that they're in, right? Why is this track number 2? Right? If we go to, I'm gonna play it. Watch, I'm gonna do this.
X marks the spot, cause my ex know my spot, yeah. X marks the spot, cause my ex know my spot, yeah. X marks the spot, cause my ex know my spot, yeah.
And then we go right into the transition, the adventure. Okay, this is the next section, this is the next part, it's refreshing. If I bring you into this dark world with X, I bring you into this dark sound, this in the bass and the strings that are going and all of these different things that are going on, and it's down, right? It's thick with you know, discomfort and anxiety and all these different things that I intended to put in the song. And then this is an album, and if that's track 1, well, what comes next? You know when you watch a movie and it starts off and like it's like dark as fuck and somebody gets killed, and you're like, damn, what the fuck? Like, niggas is getting murdered and all types of shit. And then like the next scene, it's like some like fucking like classic rock song and like somebody driving and like their hair is in the wind and like, you know what I mean? It's like like, you know how like Law and Order episodes start and shit, like a Law and Order like Law and Order starts off with like the bad thing that happens, like the murder or like the robbery or some shit, and then like after it happens you're like, damn, that's crazy, that happened to that lady. And then it's like no, you know what I'm saying? It's like some fucking, you know, like the detective, he's like on vacation, like driving his fucking convertible through like the country lands and shit, and he's having a good time with his family, and like it's like a palate cleanser, you know. And then like he gets the call like, we need you to come in. Oh fuck, I'm a psycho for like going through that shit just now with y'all, but that's literally how I view this shit. Like I view it like a movie, the murder scenes while the opera is playing in the background, yeah, some shit like that. Like that's X. Like X is the beginning of the episode where it's like, you know, darkness is amongst the city, and like, you know, like that's what it is. Because it's like the point, right? That's the Bloodsport right there, right? Love. You know what I mean? That's the combat. That's the situation. That's the bloodshed. Heartbreak, right? And then to go into, you know, Howl at the Moonlight is intentional, because it gives you it's like, you know, it's a moment like, okay, where's he going with this? That's my intention. Where is he going with this? It's a classic storytelling like tactic. It even happens in books, right? The book will start off with like some crazy shit that happened, and then they kind of move to some other place, and you know, those the two regions meet, or you know, those movies where it's like some crazy shit happened, it's like, and like the fucking record scratch, and it's like, you're probably wondering how I got in this situation. You know, or like the fucking beginning of Goodfellas where it's like, for as long as I can remember, I've always wanted to be a gangster. Like, it's that. And then it goes to this. You know what I mean? I can use other album references, but I can't play them.
Bad when I had baggage, I had badges to match. When I had bad, when I went savage, and lasted a drag. That's when I went dragging the heat in my lungs. That's when I went asthma, line out the door. That's when I went massive. An online world, still had to have fashion. The engine to roll when I wanna go faster. A bitch with an ass fatter than the last one. Man,
I broke my heart for this shit. Put it on the wall and threw darts at this shit. This is a callback to the energy from the previous song, from the intro, from X. That darkness, that damn, this nigga went through some shit. This nigga is heartbroken. This nigga feels away. And in the beginning of the song, I'm bad when I had baggage, I had badges to match what I had bad when I went savage, a last of the drag. That's when I went dragging the heat in my lungs. That's when I went, and I'm pretty much boasting myself up. I'm painting this character, this monster, this beast, this, oh, he raw, you know what I'm saying? I'm put together, and then I'm open, and I'm bringing you inside, and I'm showing you the vulnerabilities. I'm showing you the chinks in my armor. I'm showing you where I'm hurt at, where my weaknesses are, my wounds. I do that right when the beat changes.
Engine a roar when I wanna go faster. Bitch with an ass fatter than the last one. Man, I broke my heart for this shit. Put it on the wall through darts at the shit. I gotta be smart for this shit before the light fades from the art of the shit.
And it's funny because I said this was a mixing session, but it's kind of turning into a song creation masterclass almost, because it's like the mixing part is simple. In the bigger picture, the mixing part is simple. My vocal chain is easy. It's a noise gate, it's a gain stage, we do gain staging, it's EQs, compressor, a multi compressor, a little effects here, reverb, echoes, whatever, another EQ to tighten that up, a de-esser to take the strength of the S and the T's off, RVox. If you know what RVox is, you know what RVox is, which is a compressor. It's a lot of compressors, a lot of EQs. Just presenting a ambient sound. I have a Kramer tap that I use sometimes for like a more analog sound if I really want it with my vocals. That really what it does is it just brings in the energy from the mid and high range for me. I know it has like a deeper use, but yeah, I use it just to give more energy to the vocals. Definitely can hear that when the movie transitions in the current time. Yeah, bro, like it happens all the time in every fucking movie. It fucking happens all the fucking time. And then I had like I had like my main reverb, and I use imaging at the end. I'll put an imager at the end of all my vocals because I like to control the space that they're in. I like to control the space that they sit amongst everything else. Same thing. I do the same thing with the beats, with the drums, with the fucking synths, everything. I like to control the space. It's not so much about volume. I'll turn shit down, but where is it sitting in my head? What is it hitting me in my head? At what part? You know what I mean? Up, down, whatever. There's really no vertical sound, but here we go.
Shit. I seen guys on their knees go run to the mountains to restarting this shit. I wonder if there's gonna be me one day when I really take apart.
It's introspective. Shit. Like this is that the purpose for this being the second song, besides the beat feeling the way it does, but the vocal, the lyrics being what they are at this part.
Put it on the wall through
dust at the shit. I gotta be smart for this shit before the light fades from the art of this shit. I seen guys on their knees go run
to the mountains to restarting this shit. I wonder if there's gonna be me one day when I really take apart all this shit. God,
I never flown that I make a monster. Monsters that have a Martian. I want the darkness, the harness, under the tarnish on my
baby to love me, can love a carcass. Everything that I lost, I already lost it. Everybody that I cost, I already cost them. I don't wanna die lonely and so exhausted that I missed on the meaning of why I'm brought here. So that verse, like it's just, I don't know. It's probably one of the more important verses of this entire album. Because it just lays it out that everything, heartbreak, the existential perspective. I'm looking at my idol, or an idol. I'm not gonna say my idol, or an idol. I'm looking at someone that I grew up looking up to, For the light fades from the art of the shit. I seen guys on their knees go run to the mountains to restarting this shit.
You know what I mean? And it's all of it, even to the end.
I already cost them. I don't want to die lonely and so exhausted that I missed on the meaning of why I'm brought here.
Like you get so sucked into doing this music shit. You go so sucked into trying to achieve your goals and these material things, is create art, you know what I mean? But it's like, I want to achieve these things to be able to live life the way that I want to live. And sometimes you forget that you can live life now, I don't want to get too deep on that, but that's for you. Yeah, that's the art. You can listen to the art and get that. But Howl at the Moonlight, that's what this is. It's me howling at the moonlight. It's the wolf howling at the moonlight and reconnecting with the rest of the wolves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I howl at the moonlight.
And it's a big. It's on both sides. It surrounds you. It's different from the verse. Howl at the moonlight. Howl at the moonlight.
Only short niggas can stand on Lamborghinis.
But I'm too beastly.
Baby gon' threaten me with
Athlete DMs. But I ball freely.
Niggas think I need tree to
Call my thinking. But I sip tea leaves. I'ma stop talking to you and just talk to me then.
No one they need me. No, but I never coasted. I proposed me a toast and they try to roast it. Had my dick in the throat and I have recorded. And she told me she hoped that I never posted.
Had dope for the fiends and they got their nose did.
At the bow at the
Beard
building
and
and
they
go
go
explore shit. Then
then.
Jake came along for our plant explosives. Went back to the lab to increase the doses. No D's. I was a hot boy nigga, top boy nigga.
Hard top boy with the Glock boy.
Diamonds
in the sky like a rock boy.
Nigga ass niggas with a chance, what they fly for, nigga. Funny how they choke with a dream in their face. Try to stay woke with a lean in their pace. Laugh at the screen, think they demons erased.
These not even ghosts if they deem it replaced. Yeah, I don't even have to go into the mixing with that. It's simple. I did the same thing to where all the vocals I stretched out. I boomed out the hook, the howl at the moonlight. I wanted that to feel big. I wanted that to feel like it was in you, like it lived in your head, like you know you were a part of it. And then the verses is only short niggas can't stand on Lamborghinis, but I'm too beastly. Baby gon' threaten me with athlete DMs, but I ball freely and I never cap. Oh, I promise you, I'm telling the truth. I got proof, but like you know, it's real and it's in my bag. And yeah, man. Apparently, a lot of people like this record. Like a lot of like I was surprised because this is like a little bit more of an introspective joint compared to like my other joints that were like I view them as like, you know, potential hit records. I didn't view this song that way, but from everything that I was hearing, it was like, yo, so and so at this label really fuck with it, and so and so this and heard it and every fuck with it. I'm like, oh, wow, okay. So that's Howl at the Moonlight. Bees, my G, thank you for the follow, brother. Thank you. Let's get into track number. So we did X, which is track number 1. This song, Howl at the Moonlight, is track number 2. We did Hand on the Throat, which is track number 3. So if you imagine, if we go through, I want to show you the transitions, just the ends and beginnings of these songs, right? This is X. Boom, that's the beginning. Here's the end.
On my spot, yeah, X marks the spot, cause my ex know my spot, yeah, X marks the spot, cause my ex know my spot, yeah.
Right, ominous fade into the beginning. So you get the transition here. You get kind of the energy here. Triumphant. From darkness. Heavy hitting drums. The vocals. Bad when I had cutting, slicing. Okay, let's listen to the end of it, right? And how we get into Hand on the Throat. Because it ends with the beat. All right, so it's... I just let the beat rock. And it continues. The adventure continues. And like I said, the when I say the adventure, I'm not so much talking about lyrically, but I'm talking about the sounds themselves. If you take all the vocals out, it's a soundtrack. It's a soundtrack with the vocals, but without them, by themselves, the order of these sounds, you know, back to back to back, it's a soundtrack. That's a big part of the mixing too, right? Because when you're mixing and you're mastering, you're putting it all together, the volume levels, everything have to be the same. The intention of this song being here, you know, having the type of drums that it has, it's like it's slippery, it's sleek, you know, it's a very sleek sounding record. It's a lot of things blending in and fading in from one to the next, and it moves on. And then, like I said, it's like that Law and Order shit where it's like that darkness, that, you know, Voldemort shit, and fucking fades into this, okay, well, what's going on this side? And then it's and it just booms right in. Boom, 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 boom. Like it just, that energy. But then we move on, and then we go to Hand on the Throat. And then it's a blend of the two.
Hand on the throat. Hand on the throat. Hit the stroke. It's enticing.
And it's like revenge mode at the same time, you know. That's what it is. That's what this record is. It's revenge mode. It's getting back something you lost. You know what I mean?
It's enticing. Hate you in your face, but they like it.
Right?
They do anything to be like it. Don't pull away, don't fight it.
I didn't mean to do that.
She want Hermes and Chanel, Birkins and hotels. She don't want no drama, so she hiding how she feel. Nigga check up in the mail, Legend Rockefeller. I think she Mariah, pussy singing acapella. Got no priors on Chappelle. All the dogs can tell. All my walls real. All my ops in hell. Niggas stuck on the narcotics. I move aeronautics. You let niggas play with you, I never play about it.
It's enticing. Hate you in your face, but they like it. Like they do anything to be like it.
Let's go to the end of Hand on the Throat. I just want you to think about textures. And that transitions into this.
Ones I know is dripping. All of my eyes got caught, they slipping. Circle smaller, call it wristband. Yo, bitch, for the streets, you pippin'. All of my niggas is stock assistants. Why do you think she taking interest? I gotta feed the wolves, they itching.
Pop that shit, get the clipping, yeah.
With my scar like Kishin,
Yeah.
Two dicks in my imprint,
Yeah.
Skin that knee, you kingly, yeah. Asian per that pussy big. Got my weight up, shit ain't fair. Say I'm gorgeous, I don't care. Labels trying to figure my market. Autobiography and not park it. Is she twerking? I'ma heart it. If I murk it, ain't no charges. If it's church, I guess I started.
Look at the leader turning
Caught this, ain't no mercy
in the darkness.
I see angels
Turning.
heartless. Every city look like Gotham. Every nigga turn to targets.
And it's big wolf,
Dummy letters,
bitch look,
last man standing, all that capping, and you
being so,
red eye, I'm on
minstrel.
Fuck your instrumentals. When them diamonds then don't never talk to me again, ho. All of the ones I know is dripping. All of my eyes got caught, they slipping. Circle smaller, call it wristband.
Yo, bitch, for the streets, you pippin'.
All of my niggas is stock assistants.
Why do you think she taking interest? I gotta feed the wolves, they itching.
Pop this shit, can't get the Matte black that Aventa. Me and my bitch expensive. Too late pussy, I send it.
Sit your ass down like, she say she in love like,
India, her
titties is bustin' like,
India,
my shit get playing.
India,
Your city don't kid ain't
India,
my hoe.
please me.
Yeah,
Ho needs me.
yeah.
Germany to Miami. Weapons we they can't see me. Fuck your kid, nigga. They gon' feed me. Yeah.
All of the ones I know,
Drippin',
all my eyes got
They
caught.
slippin', circle smaller, call it wristband. Yo, bitch, for the streets, you pippin'. All of my niggas is stock assistants. Why do you think she taking inches? I gotta feed the wolves, they itching.
Pop that shit, can't get the.
They gon' pack that shit, can't get the.
This is called Feed the Wolves.
That shit can't get the.
Listen, man. Listen. It's this part right here. It's this. That's all this is. This song is all this part.
The wolves, they itching.
Right.
All of my niggas is stock assistants. Why do you think she taking interest? I gotta feed the wolves, they itching. Pop that shit, can't get the. Matte black that Aventa. Me and my bitch expensive. Through that pussy, I send it. Sit your ass down like Indica. She said she in love like India. Her titties is bustin' like India. My shit get played in India. Your shit don't kid ain't into ya. My hoe please me. Yeah, hoe.
This song is gonna sound different when I put it out because I do want to add vocals to it, and I realize that I'm using the microphone that I would use to record it, and I'm not gonna do that on this because I have to realign it to something else and then to move it through here to record it while I'm doing the Streamlabs. I can't do that, so I can't record this on stream today. But something gonna happen to this record is gonna take it to another level because I want to add intensity. I want to add cinematics. I want to add texture without overdoing it, right? Without overdoing it. Listen.
Yo, bitch, for this streets, you pippin'. All of my niggas is stock.
Right.
I gotta feed the wolves, they itching. Pop that shit, can't get the
The double entendres, you know, they're for free. You know what I mean? That they come for free, man. You know what I'm talking about? They're just easy to do. That has to happen. You know what I mean? That's a part of the art form. We got to do that.
all of the ones I know is dripping. All of my eyes got caught, they slipping. Circle smaller, call it wristband.
Yo, bitch, for the streets, you pippin'.
All of my niggas is stock assistants. Why do you think she taking interest?
I gotta feed the wolves, they itching.
Pop that shit, can't get the clipping.
Yeah.
Wear my scar like Kenshin. Yeah, 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 yeah. Big, 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 kid. Park it, is she twerking? The clipping, yeah. Wear my scar like Kenshin, yeah. 2 dicks in my imprint, yeah. Skin that nigga you king with, yeah. Asian per that pussy big. Got my weight up, shit ain't fair. Say I'm gorgeous, I don't care.
Labels trying to figure my market, autobiography, and I park it. Is she on my? Is she in the? As I started, look at the leader, turn the. Ain't no in my, ain't no on my. Every nigga turn the targets in this. Dummy lettuce. Last man standing, all that. And you. Listen, man, it's not a lot going on. Vocals. I did the same thing, right? Because I'm just rapping, but it's the accents. It's the I soloed this out because I just this makes this verse. It's simple, bro. This is the power of ad-libs, right? But I don't do ad-libs like everyone else does. I like to take what I have and I like to like cut it and like cut it and like fold it into different shapes and paste it all over the place. Like I like to move what I've already. I like to move the main energy and utilize it, right? And if we go to like this first hook, it's all of the ones
I know is dripping. All of my eyes got caught, they slipping. Circle smaller, call it wristband. Yo, bitch, for the streets, you pippin'. All of my niggas is stock assistants. Why do you think she taking interest? I gotta feed the wolves, they itching. Pop that shit, can't get the clipping, yeah. Wear my scar like Kenshin, yeah.
Right. But the different texture here when we move to this. Intention. Again, the intention is clear. I get bored when I listen to music. I get fucking bored, bro. It needs to fucking move. It needs to change.
When them diamonds then don't never talk to me again, ho. All of the ones I know is dripping.
So we take the beat and we change the pitch.
Know is dripping. All of my
and then we change the vocal performance, right? Because instead of doing this,
all of the ones I know is dripping. All of my eyes got caught,
we do this, we do this, we do this.
Oh, all of the ones I know is dripping. All of my eyes got caught, they slipping. Circle smaller, call it wristband. Yo, bitch, for the streets, you pippin'. All of my niggas is stock assistants. Why do you think she taking interest? I gotta feed the wolves, they itching.
That's an ad-lib. Auto-tune gasps. It's jungle shit.
Oh, all of the ones I know is dripping. All of my eyes got caught, they slipping. Circle smaller, call it wristband. Yo, bitch, for the streets, you pippin'. All of my niggas is stock assistants. Why do you think she taking interest? I gotta feed the wolves, they itching. Pop that shit, can't get the Venter, Mad black that Venter, me and my bitch expensive. Goulet pussy, I send it.
And in my vocals, I do like to put a lot. I know somebody recognized that when I was doing the last stream, when I was doing a music stream, and somebody recognized that I put delays on my vocals. Yo, I like that shit. It's not right. Okay, it's not. I'm not. Hold on. It's not something I'm gonna sit on here and say, "What the fuck, bitch." I'm not. Okay, I just gotta do it this way then. It's not something I'm gonna come on here and say, like, "Oh yeah, this is how you do it." Fam, I'm wrong. You shouldn't put delays throughout your fucking verses. But I like the
Matte black that old Venta, me and my bitch expensive. Goulet pussy, I send it. Sit your ass down like indica. She said she in love like India. Her titties is bustin' like India. My shit get played in India. Your city don't kid ain't into you. My hoe bleeds me.
I like the cerebralness of it. I like it. It's like voices in your head type thing. Like, I don't know. It's like a it's an artistic choice. Like, I like sometimes I like that shit. Sometimes I don't do it all the time, but I do it a lot. I keep the echo and the delay on the verse, on the vocals, and it just rocks through. And sometimes it echoes like into itself. But with the beat playing and the drums going, it never makes you lose rhythm or anything like that. If it does, then I take it out. But if I play it solo, you can hear like it gets kind of clouded with the, it gets kind of distorted a little bit, or clouded with vocals because of the overlapping echoes on top of each other and shit like that. But it just adds something that I think it just separates it, you know what I mean?
Me and my bitch expensive. Goulet pussy, I send it. Sit your ass down like indica. She said she in love like India.
It sounds psycho when I fucking play it without any like music, like any beat over it.
Matte black that old Venta. Me and my bitch expensive. Goulet pussy, I send it. Sit your ass down like indica. She said she in love like India. Her titties is bustin' like India. My shit get played in India. Your city don't kid ain't into you. My hoe bleeds me, yeah. Hoe needs me, yeah. Germany, yeah. To Miami, weapons we, yeah. They can't see me. Fuck your kid, nigga. They gon' feed me, yeah. All of the ones I know is dripping. All of my eyes got caught, they slipping. Circle smaller, call it wristband. Yo, bitch, for the streets, you pippin'. All of my niggas are stock assistants. Why do you think she taking inches? I gotta feed the wolves, they itching. Pack that shit, can't get the, They gon' pack that shit, can't get the, They gon' pack that shit, can't get the, They gon' pack that shit, can't get the, Bitch, they gon' pack that shit, can't get the.
Feed the wolves. Feed the wolves. Was that the outro? Absolutely not. This is the fight scene. This is exactly what that is. This is the fight scene, the club scene, the fucking, this is the climax. This is the climax. This is that intensity. Like I said, we came from hand on the throat. It's enticing, right? And then it's right? Hold on.
Yeah, don't want no drama, she just want that ooh, yeah. Yeah, just want that ooh.
You get me. All of the ones all of my eyes got. Listen. So where do you go after that, right? What happens after that moment, right? What's the, this is the, if this is the fight scene, this is the intensity, this is the climax, if this is the moment where you pick up the ultimate speed, this is the rage, this is the show out. You know what I mean? This is the party. What happens next? Like I said, my original track list for this album was completely different, and it sounded different. It was way softer. It didn't warrant the title Bloodsport, though I felt that way. It didn't warrant it. The music lyrically was there, but the sound sonically wasn't matching the feel of what I feel when I just even say the word Bloodsport or hear it or read it or whatever. It just didn't match it. So I restarted from scratch and added new songs and flipped it up, and I'm still changing it because things, you know, we'll get to that on the, not this song, but the last record on the album. We'll talk about that a little bit. But this next song after Feed the Wolves is called Walk With Me. I want to do the transition because I like doing that transition shit. I like showing that because I think it's important to how it's like it's your courses, right? You know, the next course of the meal is this. So this was Feed the Wolves. And then we're going to Walk With Me. But you know what's crazy? It's not even so much the Kumite, exactly. It's not so much the, like, I don't have like crazy, like, you know, like Drake transitions and shit like that where it's like really tapped in. I could, but not for this project. I don't really want to do that for this project. Maybe another one. The transitions for me are the textures, just the blend of texture, like smashing this color next to this color, and then the next color is this, and then the next is this, and next is this, or just, you know, I think about the scene transitions, like more so the transitions of what you see rather than what you hear is what's sticking to me when I think about transition. So that's why I say when we come from this energy, get to, and then we go into, wait, is that there? Oh no, we changed the screen. It's enticing. Then we go into Walk With Me. Very simple again. Like, these songs aren't complicated, they're not crazy. That's why it's just an EP. This is kind of just like a taste test for people that don't know. Not for you guys. Like, you guys are gonna enjoy this music, obviously. Like, you know, I know we're gonna see eye to eye on this sonically. But this isn't like what I'm really working on. This is something to step into another door, to step into the next door. This is a qualifying race for me. This is like you know what I mean? Like, this is like how do I put it? Tryouts, maybe? I don't know how to put it. This is like me playing college ball and like the scouts are watching. So it's a small demonstration. But I'm explaining this because everything here is intentional. It's not just songs. It's not just music. It's not just beat. Like I always say, beat traumas in life. This shit is intentional fucking vibes. Never got yeah. So this is called Walk With Me. I love this song. I have an idea for this. Yeah, not getting bored is important. Not getting bored is very important. I have an idea for this song, like a video idea. I'm gonna play it, and then you'll understand. Try to walk on me.
Never really liked the way they talk to me. Off of me, she puff of me. Ooh, she say she in love with me. Walk with me, squat with me. Put it on my face and make it off of me. Running through your body, through your arteries. Last night, baby say I'm toxic. That was only last night. You should check your friend before you check me. Acting like you wasn't trying to shoot the three. Walk with me, bend for me, watch for me. Pretty pictures, she turning her off of me. Demon in her eye, she say it's off of me. Who calling me? Hold up, pardon me. Never been no gangster, but don't push me. I was tryna lax for the pussy. But niggas to the max think I'm pussy. Could he? Would he? I can make a quick call, should we? I ain't tryna beef if we could be.
I ain't making money, but you goofy.
Baby, walk with me, talk with me. Tell me about the block that your peoples used to spin. Really ain't so bad, now I got you on the sand. Said you had a man,
You realize he ain't a man.
kept me in the hand to the fucking
Plain land.
Is she switch? switch up, then you know I got a plan. Worst come to worst,
I could always fuck a fan
Shit, why I eat
just to clean it up again.
spit in the mouth, she gon' swallow cause I said, hey, walk with me, swallow me. Dirty little slut, I said all of me. Yeah. I said, walk with me, follow me. I said.
So my idea for this record was when I was working on this record, I was thinking about Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood. Like creeping through the woods, right? And the big bad wolf, obviously, right? But like the big bad wolf watching Little Red Riding Hood go on her way to her grandmother's house, but like do it in like some like, I don't know, like switch it up a little bit. Like I don't know, I just had this video idea of like Little Red Riding Hood. I always think about that movie Hoodwinked. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Hoodwinked, the animated movie. That movie is raw as fuck. And I was like thinking about that shit when I made this shit.
Walk with me, walk with me, walk with me. Cautious of the niggas try to walk with me. Never really liked the way they talk to me. Off of me, she puffin' me. Ooh, she say she in love with me. Walk with me, squab with me. Put it on my face and make it.
Was there a part 2? Was there a part 2? I don't remember. I don't know if I watched the part 2. I may have, but I know I damn sure liked part 1. That was the one with when the rabbit was the bad guy, right? When he was like, "Your name is Keith, Keith." Like he was like getting at, he was getting at him because the dude's name was Keith. He's like, "No one's gonna be afraid of Keith." That movie was raw, bro.
Make it off of me. Running through your body, through your arteries.
The fucking the yak of the goat or whatever that had that song when he was like on that winding like track and shit. Like definitely got your fairy tale vibe. This is always, yeah, man. I liked it. It's just another world, man. It's like hood versus evil. Yeah, it's just another world. Like
off of me. Running through your body, through your arteries. Last night, baby say I'm toxic. That was only last night. You should check your.
You know what I'm saying? Like those keys. It's simple as fuck.
Off of me.
Calling me.
Hold up, pardon me.
Never been no gangster, but don't push me. I just like when the instruments tell a story.
See, the niggas to the max think I'm pussy. Could he? Would he?
I can make a quick call.
Should we?
I ain't tryna beef if we
Could be.
out here making money, but you goofy.
Baby, walk with me, talk with me. Tell me about the block that your peoples used to spin. Really ain't so bad, now I got you on the scene.
Said you had a man and realized he ain't a man.
Kept me in the hand to the fucking plane land. If she switch up, then you know I got a plan. Worst come to worst, I could always fuck a fan. Shit, why I eat just to clean it up again. Spit in the mouth, she gon' swallow cause I said, hey, walk with me, swallow me. Dirty little slut, I said all of me. Yeah.
I said it's funny because we were just talking about the delays, right? The delay, the echo vocals. I did that on purpose. I'm gonna play it here. I'll play it here. Told this person that I'm live and they're calling me. I'll play it here. And what I did with the echoes on this was an intentional move to wait. Did that fuck something else up? Okay, no, we good. What the delays were an intentional move. I knew that I wanted them there, but the way that I did it, the way that I wanted to feel I don't have the word for it. Here, just listen to it.
Walk with me, walk with me, walk with me. Courses of the niggas try to walk with me. Never really liked the way they talk to me. Off of me.
So it's not fully a delay. There's a delay on there, but what I did was I put a reverb on there and did a reverse reverb that gives it that like sliding back after, like it gives like a sliding sound if you listen to the vocal after I say what I say.
Walk with me, walk with me, walk with me. Courses of the niggas try to walk with me. Never really liked the way they talk to me.
Whenever I think of reverse reverb now, ever since I saw Tenet, I always think of Tenet because it's the air in reverse, right? It's the echo, it's not the echo, but the reverb in reverse, right? It's coming back. So it's like the body of it is at the end. Usually, you know, it's like usually it fades to and like you hear like the, you know, the room echo, you know, the fading of the sound within the bouncing off the walls as it dissipates. But this is the dissipation in reverse leading back into it. So it's walking me, like it comes back. And it reminds me of Tenet now. It reminds me of like the bullet coming back into the gun almost. And it's like, it just gives it a texture that just, I fit, you know, the beat is very simple and minimal. And then you have like this heavy, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, just this texture that kind of just sits on top of it. It kind of like allows you to transition through, between the drums and between the dun, 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 like between the keys, and it's ominous, and it gives you this creep. It's a creep almost, you know what I mean? Like I very intentional when I did that shit, because I liked, you know, like I said, I like my delayed vocals, but I also really oh fuck, man, this mic shit is being ass today. I also really like, oh, I know why. I also really like, I didn't tighten it. I also really like, taking something rudimentary and taking something that is commonly kind of practiced in a sense, and then just bending it just a little bit to where it's noticeable, but it doesn't throw off the purpose of that tool. The purpose of that, of the action itself.
Walk with me, walk with me, walk with me. Courses of the niggas try to walk with me. Never really liked the way they talk to me. Off of me, she puffin' me. Ooh, she say she in love with me. Walk with me, spark for me. Put it on my face and make it off of me. Running through your body, through your arteries.
You know what I mean? Super fucking like simple stuff. I worked hard on X. I worked hard on Hand on the Throat. I didn't work hard on this. It was easy. I didn't work hard on Howl in the Moonlight. It was easy. The taste is what carries the songs. That's not always the hours that you put in. And it's not always the hours you put in. It's not always the, you know, the amount of plugins or things you add. It's not always about the layers. Sometimes it's about the taste, you know, knowing what should go where at what times, at what points, at what keys, and just letting that shit rock. Letting that shit be a song. You know what I mean? It's about that more than doing a bunch of fucking like trying to do science on this shit. Sometimes you got to do science. Sometimes you got to do mathematics. Sometimes you have to break the fabric of time and all reality in order to get some shit to be fire. You know, because you know it can be, and something's blocking you, and you figure it out, and you go through the labyrinth, and you come out on the other side with X. But this song was easy, man. I mean, you could hear it. It's simple. It's easy, but it has it. You know, it has that thing.
Walk with me, walk
Like it spoke.
Walk with me.
When a beat speaks to me, as the song happens, it's not something I usually don't have to sit with beats for days to make a song or nothing like that. Fam, if I hear that beat, I heard this beat once. And it was walk with me, follow me. Like it was easy. It was easy. It just comes to you. You just kicking it. Hey.
Cautious of the niggas try to walk with me.
Never really liked the way they talk to me. Offer me, she offered me. Like it was fun.
Ooh,
She say she in love with me. Like how long can I let this go?
walk with me. Squad with me.
Put it on my face and make it dark for me.
Running through your body,
Through your arteries.
Last light, baby say I'm toxic. That was only last night. You should check your friend before you check me.
Acting like you wasn't trying to shoot the three.
Walk with me, bend for me, watch for me. Pretty pictures she turned into off of me.
It was important for this song. I think the main thing that was really important for this song was to make sure that I do like a parallel compression kind of thing with I usually do like a parallel compression with the CLA 76 from Waves. If you know what that is, then you know what that is. And bounce that, mash that again, and I bust that out. And I don't turn it up high, but just enough to give it body. Like if I take it off, you might not be able to tell much of a difference, but if I take it off here,
Walk with me, walk with me, walk with me.
and then if I add it,
Cautious of the niggas try to walk with me.
it's just a little
Never
bit more.
really like the way they talk to me.
Mixing is about the subtleties. It's not about making big changes every time you add something or move something. It's about doing a bunch of subtle things that give it that end product that is full. If you do a bunch of things that are drastic, you'll gain something and lose something else. You want to try to do small little inch, here a little change here, a little tweak there. Oh, let me move this just here. Boom. Okay, it's starting to, and you slowly put piece to piece together until you have, until you sound the way you want to sound.
Walk with me, walk with me, walk with me. Cautious of the niggas try to walk with me. Never really like the way they talk to me. Off of me, she puffin' me. Ooh, she say she in love with me. Walk with me, squad with me. Put it on my face and make it dark for me. Running through your body, through your arteries. Last light, baby say I'm toxic. That was only last night. You should check your friend before you check me.
Acting like you
wasn't trying to shoot the three. Walk with me, bend for me.
And then you have to think about this too, right? Okay, like you want your vocals to sit in the beat, right? You want it to sit within the beat. You don't want it to be on top of it, and you don't want to be beneath it. You want to become a part of the whatever you're working with. You want it to almost be like a fucking sandwich, right? You want all the different layers and different things there to sit right at the right points so that it all fits in. You don't want something just slapped on top of it or like just, sitting underneath it, because it'll fuck up this fucking sandwich. I want your sandwich to slap. The shit has to all be in the bread. And it has to be in the right order. It has to be in the right layers. Everything complementing the other thing. That's really what mixing is. It's trying to make the best sandwich you possibly can.
Walk with me, walk with me.
That sounds crazy, but if you know, you know.
Cautious of the niggas try to walk with me. Never really liked the way they talk to me.
Offer me, she offered me. Ooh.
She say she in love with me. Walk with me, squad with me.
So yeah, so I say like the biggest thing with the vocal here was doing that compression, and the delayed vocals.
Put
I mean
it on
the
my face and make it off of
the
me.
reverse reverb vocals.
Running through your body, through your arteries. Last light, baby say I'm toxic. That was only last night. You should check your friend before you check me. Acting like you wasn't trying to shoot the three. Walk with me, bend for me, off of me. Pretty pictures she turned into off of me. Demon in her eye, she say it's off of me. Who calling me? Hold up, pardon me. Never been no gangster, but don't push me. I was trying to lax for the pussy.
The niggas to the max think I'm pussy. Could he? Would he? I can make a quick call, should we? I ain't tryna beef if we
could be.
I ain't making money, but you
Goofy, baby.
some parts of this verse I had auto-tune on it just to give it a little bit of, you know what I mean? And then other parts I don't have it on at all. Cause I did like that kind of like natural off-key-ish kind of welcome me, like, you know?
Welcome me, welcome me, welcome me. Cautious of the niggas try to welcome me.
Like certain parts.
Never really liked the way they talk to me. Off of me, she buffing me. Ooh, she say she in love with me.
Obviously it's there.
Welcome me, squabbing me. Put it on my face and make it off of me.
Like right here. Right here, something.
Last night, baby say I'm toxic. That was only last night. You should check your friend before you check me.
And then we're back. Acting like you wasn't trying to shoot the three. On me, you know.
Tell me about the block that your peoples used to spin. Really ain't so bad, now I got you on the scene.
Said you had a man and
realized he ain't a man. Kept me in the hand to the fucking plain land. If she switch up, then you know I got a plan.
Those bells.
Worse, I could always fuck a fan. Really ain't tell me
bells.
about the block that.
It does a lot. It does a lot. It does a lot to the song. For me it does.
Block that your peoples used to spin. Really ain't so bad, now I got you on the scene.
Said she had a man and
realized he ain't a man. Kept me in the hand to the fucking plain land.
If she switch up, then you know I got a
plan.
Worst on the worst sucker.
Always fucking fan. Shit, why I eat just to clean it up again. Spit in the mouth, she gon' swallow cause I said.
So, like I said, man, this is simple. And right now this is track 5. All right. So you think about, we started here.
Midnight marauder, scheming. Have you heard of her? Hey, you watching? Are you watching? Gotta do something. Can you stop it? I was lonely. I was needy. You didn't need me. She was fiending. I had to lean in. I had a moment. I had a weakness. I didn't know it. Was I dreaming about this? Was you?
Right, we started there. I wanna also put it out there too that like this stuff that I'm saying they're not new philosophies for me. It's not new it's stuff that it's me. It's what makes my shit my shit. It's stuff that I believe in that carries how I create. A lot of people say, oh, what's your process, or what this, why that? They think that I have these technical like paths that I follow. Maybe I do, but they're not important to me. What's important to me is this, the philosophy aspect, the fact that I want my shit to be like an adventure, the fact that I want things to trigger moments of when they first heard these songs or when they first spent time with these songs just chilling or whatever. The fact that I attempted a hypnosis or to throw people into a trance, into the music, and to vibe with it at the deepest level. I could sit here all day, you know, my mixing shit is going to be different than your mixing shit. I could sit here all day and talk about, oh, yeah, I put this plug in here and I move it to 3 decibels this way and the you know, like a lot of these other guys, when you go on YouTube or some shit and you watch the tutorials and they're talking about mixing. Yeah, sure. I can do that too. But like that's okay. You're gonna mix differently than me. Everyone that makes music is gonna mix differently than me. At least you should, right? Because you should be wanting to make your shit sound the way that you want you to sound. Now the issue with this next song is that it may not make the album, and if it does make the album, it'll make the album in a way that it won't sound like this. But I've talked about this on a previous stream about the song Missing, and how, you know, the producer and their team aren't really trying to let me have the beat for my album and not really trying to do business with me. And I understand the reasons why. I'm not going to go into details about it because, you know, it is what it is. Like, they made themselves clear and I have to move with that. The song will probably either get reproduced or it'll get replaced. I played it on stream just because I feel like it's not going to make the album. I played it on stream and I'm going to play here today. And I'll tell you the backstory if you don't know the backstory while we're waiting. But pretty much, long story very short, is that I had the opportunity to write for the Six God, the boy from the Six Side. You know his name. And I got some beats. I intercepted some beats. I got some beats from a friend of mine that was trying to put some shit together for the boy. And I had the opportunity to write a record. I wrote 2 records. And I wanted to send them in, and I put them into the channels to get through, And, you know, things were just going the way they were going, and I didn't really think that was going to happen per se. So I attempted, so I was like, you know what? I think I might keep this for myself. This is like, all my people's really fucked with and everything like that. It's a really good song. I was like, you know, I might keep this record for myself for real. Excuse me. I haven't eaten a single thing today. I might just keep this record for myself for real. So I did. But now I'm having issues trying to get it out. So without further ado, I'll play the record. You might have heard this before if you've been tapping into my streams. If not, this will probably be new for you. But this song is called Missing. It's called Missing.
Let me show you what you missing, you was out of line. Always knew I'd be that nigga, I was out of time. Lost faith in me when I headed out of town.
Try to hold it down for you, but you
wasn't down.
Lot of fate running in your
stories now.
I knew you wasn't.
I couldn't show you out. You think that I'm a mind reader, cause I know you now. And you still keeping distance from me just in case. Fell in love with you after you was with your face. I was first place, now I'm in a different space.
Girl, if only you was pissy, you could
be my ace. I treat my bitches like they birthdays.
Did it again. I did it again. Look.
Just in case.
A different way to do the echoes, the delays.
Different space. Girl, if only you was pacing, you could be my ace. I treat my bitches like they birthdays, day to day. Only goofy bitches ever wanna stay away. Got a lock on the game when it combinate.
Had a drop when you put it.
I always saw you in the best light, why'd you change? Let me show you what you missing, you was out of line. Always knew I'd be that nigga, I was out of time. Lost faith in me when I had it out of town.
Try to hold it down for you, but you
wasn't down.
Lot of fate rolling niggas in your
stories now.
Always knew you was a gem, I couldn't
show you out. You think that I'm a mind reader, cause I know you now. And you still keeping distance from me.
Missing from my life, see things drifting in your life. Okay, different from my life, see things missing from my life. Okay, missing from my life, see things drifting in your life. Okay, different from my life, see things missing from my life. Okay.
Never been hard for me to
be clear.
I always told you this. We should.
I try to cone the pedestrian out your weave here.
Fuck your city when you can come be a queen here.
Weigh the options like we keep a triple beam.
Yeah.
Had a nigga shit these
screwed up like the.
All these niggas never let a word slip about me, cause they would never let they bitch around me.
For real.
Let me show you what you missing, you was out of line. Always knew I'd be that nigga, I was out of time. Lost faith in me when I had it out of town.
Try to hold it down for you, but you wasn't down.
Lot of fake roadie niggas
in your stories now.
Always knew you was a gem,
I couldn't show you out.
You think that I'm a mind reader, cause I know you now. And you still keeping distance from me.
Missing from my life, see things drifting in your life.
Okay.
Different from my life, see things missing from my life. Okay, missing from my life, see things drifting in your life.
When I originally wrote this song, I only got up to. I only got up to.
Cause they would never let.
No, I only got up to.
I try to cone the pedestrian
Not your weave here. Fuck your city when you could be a queen here. And then I literally that was all I sent to Drake. Up to this. Everything up to that point. And then the rest of it was just all beat. That was all I sent. Cause I figured I was like, man, it's not my song. Like you can, you know, get the vibe and then you can do what you want to do with it. But that was all I did. I just did up to there. And then when I decided to keep it for myself, I added on the
Weigh the options like we keep a triple beam here. Had a nigga shit these screwed up like the lean here. All these niggas never let a word slip about me, cause they would never let they bitch around me. For real. Let me show you what you missing.
I just think this beat is so fucking good, man. And they won't let me have it. They refuse to let me have it. And still keeping distance from me. My life, seeing things like what? This song was supposed to be like, in my mind, bro, this shit was supposed to take over the rooftop bars, the day parties, like all of that. This shit was supposed to be that fire for real, bruh. I mean, it is that fire for real. I just wanted it to be out, like on a, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. There's always some bullshit that goes down. Something get in your way. Something pop off. They don't work in your favor. It's gonna happen. Hey, look, we're doing damage control and we're figuring out alternatives as much as we can. I already have. Well, listen, we got alternative beats for this song that I wasn't really feeling. We got. Chase said that he might sit down and redo and work on a beat for this. And if he does that, I'm pretty sure he's gonna hit the nail on the head, just because he knows, I think, more than anyone, what I want. Why I'm not accepting any of the other beats that I got for this is because this beat is just. And just what I did with the vocals, like just the bounce of that shit, just.
First play. And you still keeping distance from me just in case. Fell in love with you after you.
So I did what I did earlier on Hand on the Throat, when I tried to move the thing to I tried to move those vocals to the beginning, and I took those two pieces, the like, right? I took those shits and I moved them to the beginning. I added the distortion to them. I kind of wanted to put them in the back. And they were already echoed, right? They were already had the delay that like. With this, I had the same thing, right? Because this vocal is strong. I had to change it with the intro vocal, right? The regular vocal. That's when I'm a mind reader, cause I know you now. And I wanted to change the energy up and bring it back to like the 90s, you know what I'm saying? So like, instead of trying to be on some like 90s goofy goober shit, I fucking like just took the textures, right? Because that's all I'm obsessed with, is the textures and the intention of the textures, and smashing them and making like a juxtaposition out of them with this beautiful mellow ass beat. And just.
And you still keeping distance from me just in case. Fell in love with you after you was with your face. I was first place, now I'm in a different space.
Girl, if only you was
pacing, you could be my ace.
I treat my bitches like they
birthdays day to day.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just.
Show you out. You think that I'm a mind reader, cause I know you now. And you still keeping distance from me just in case. Fell in love with you after you was with your face. I was first place, now I'm in a different space.
Girl, if only you was patient, you could be my ace. I treat my bitches like their birthday. Only, I always imagine this song had like Fat Man Scoop on it, like, here we go, yo, like just going like, just, you know what I'm saying, yelling through the whole shit. Like, I always imagine that shit when I fucking, whatever like I hear this song, I always imagine like, man, I just wish I can get Fat Man Scoop on this shit, just yelling, just like amping that shit up.
And you still keeping distance from me just in case. Fell in love with you after you was with your face. I was first place, now I'm in a different space. Girl, if only you was pacing, you could be my ace. I treat my bitches like they birthdays day to day.
Only goofy bitches ever wanna stay away. Show you what you missing, you was out of line.
Always knew I'd be that nigga, I was out of time.
That shit would be tough, right?
Faith in me when I had it out of town.
Try to hold it down for you, but you
wasn't down. Niggas in the stories now. Always knew you was a gem, I couldn't show you out. You think that I'm a mind reader, cause I know you now.
And you still keeping distance from me.
and the bigger picture with this, you know, is we started, this is the last, this was supposed to be or will be the last song on the album. So if we started with X, right, if we think about the whole journey,
I had a weakness, I didn't know it. Was I dreaming about this? Was you?
and then going into Howl at the Moonlight,
In massive online world, still had to have
fashion and engine of the world, when I wanna go faster,
bitch with an ass fatter than the last one.
you know, going into Hand on the Throat.
Don't pull away, don't fight it.
You know what I'm saying? Ooh, going into Feed the Wolves.
Itching, pop that shit, can't get the
Clipping, yeah. With my scar like kissing, yeah. Imprint, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Going in the Walk With Me. Right?
Squabbing me, put it on my face and make it off of me. Running through your body, through your
And then I wanted to end it off. Ooh, wrong screen. I wanted to end it off. Baby, I would rather show you what you've been missing in your, right? Because like you come to your senses. That's what the song is. Me coming to my senses.
Let me show you what you missing. You was out of line.
Always knew you wasn't. I was out of time. Cause you got to think about this, right? If I, like I said, I originally wrote this for Drake, right? Like I was thinking, I had Drake in mind when I was writing this, and it was not for me. It was for his shit. And then it was around the time when those leaks came out. Well, somebody put the leaks together. I'm not gonna say they came out, but I had heard all the leaks already. But when those leaks had came out and people were like, "Oh, this is the leaked album," and it wasn't, and nobody believed me when I said it wasn't, but it's okay. And I remember I used to run this a lot. I ran this song a lot because it reminded me of Vexed. I was like, oh nigga, this sound like Vex, it sound like Woozy, but his version, you know. And I was running this.
On the coat when I landed, out branded, perched at the edge of the branches. They don't wanna talk mansions, mine look like a campus.
with me. 'Cause I remember last time you wouldn't make love to me. Think you fell fast.
Right, and then we move into
Let me show you what you missing. You was out of line. Always knew I'd be that nigga. I was out of time. Lost faith in me when I headed out of town. Try to hold it down for you, but you wasn't down. Lot of fake roadie niggas in your stories now. Always knew you was a gem. I couldn't show you out. You think that I'm a mind reader, cause I know you now. And you still keeping distance from me just in case. Fell in love with you after you was with your face. I was first place, now I'm in a different space. Girl, if only you was basic, you could be my ace.
I treat my bitches like their birthday. Now look, there's a chance that Missing will never make it on there. Not even a remake of it, none of it, right? There's a chance, a big chance, huge chance, the most probable chance that I have to probably replace the record on the album. And I know it took me a second, but it was one of the streams actually that inspired me to go, oh, I can just put this song on the album and everything will be fine. And this song is actually produced by Flowers. Rose the Flower in the chat. And if Missing does not make it onto the album, sadly, disappointingly. This song is called I Don't Know. Produced by Flowers. If you don't know who Flowers is, but you've listened to Vexed, he's the producer of Vexed. If you've listened to Ohio, he's producer of a few songs on Ohio. Very talented. Very dope. Very, very versatile and eclectic. He just be tapping in. And I did ask him to do an album with me. There's a potential that this song will be the last song on the album instead of Missing. And it's funny because you just heard Missing, you heard the vibe, you heard the like, you know, the whole little, just that kind of, you know, that vibe is different than this. This is
Follow me. Deep inside my psyche, niggas wanna kill me. Same niggas say they like me. Niggas won't be like me. Same niggas won't defeat me. While I'm still alive, I hate I address all these demons. Something still inside me, I don't know. 19 by my pillow, I don't know. 18 out the window, let it blow.
my bitch acting different than before. I ain't mean to fuck the vibe, but now you know. Dap up my attorney
At the door. Niggas try to flex on me, there's gurneys on the floor. Used to pray to God, now I only pray for more. Pussy on my mind, I'ma fuck it till she saw. Ayy, bustin' at the package, she won't suck it off on raw. Ayy, vision psychedelic, she got missions I can't call.
I don't trust a bitch that be too nice with me too long.
Someone called a doctor, put my
Chama on the phone. Hey,
BBS, my V hit Ralph Lauren and McLaren.
hey,
Bitch want Saint Laurent, stay a saint and stay at home.
bitch,
Niggas say if I come up, then they gon' come along.
bitch,
Niggas got me fucked up, where was you at all along?
bang.
I been on her lie, but my dick been on her wrong. Scary cause I'm sober, but it still feel like I'm gone. Baby said this money finna turn me to the god. Halos on my head, top then murder out the ride.
She got in the session with everything I like.
I think it's possession, but
I don't wanna fight.
niggas in my mentions like
They just wanna slice.
Is this a rendition or is it still deep?
Deep inside my psyche.
Niggas wanna kill me, same niggas say they like me. Niggas won't be like me, same niggas won't defeat me. While I'm still alive, I hate I address all these demons. Something still inside me, I don't know. 19 by my pillow, I don't know. 18 out the window, let it blow. Bitch be acting different than before. I ain't mean to fuck the vibe, but now you know. I don't know. I don't know. Bitch, I don't know.
Now you know. A completely different, you know, if we're going off of what I was saying earlier about the cinematic value of things and planning things out like scenes, it going from Missing to this is like changing how the movie ends almost, right? Because it's like this is the complete opposite tone from Missing. Missing is, you know, let me show you what you missing. You was out of line. Like it's like, you know, it's still aggressive, but it's like almost like courting in a sense, but it's like swaggy kind of. And this is just like, this feels like what I'm really working on, the music that I'm really working on, the album that the actual LP that's coming that's what this is kind of leading into, that tone of just deep inside my psyche. Niggas want to kill me, same niggas say they like me. Niggas won't be like me, same niggas want to defeat me. While I'm still alive, I hate that I address all these demons. Something's still inside me, I don't know. A 19 by my pillow, I don't know. 18 out the window, let it blow. And then we go back to X. And we go back to Hand on the Throat. And we go back to the tone of this album. My bitch acting different than before. I ain't mean to fuck the vibe up. Now you know. Right? I don't know. That's the, you know? Like that is the, that's the makeup. This is literally, this feels like Bloodsport more than Missing does in a lot of ways. I think Missing is just a, man, it's a fucking solid fucking piece of music, in my opinion. But this song is.
Dap up my attorney at the door. Niggas try to flex on me, this gurney's on the floor. Used to pray to God, now I only pray for more. Pussy on my mind, I'ma fuck it till she saw. Ayy, bustin' at the package, she won't
Suck it off on raw.
Ayy, vision psychedelic, she got missions I can't call. I don't trust the bitch that
Be too nice to me too long.
Someone called a doctor, put my trauma on the phone. BBS, my V hit Ralph Lauren and Mick Leron. Bitch want Saint Laurent, stay a saint and stay at home. Niggas say if I come up, then they gon' come along. Niggas got me fucked up, where was you at all?
I put the spreader on the vocals and I have like a stereo effect sound on them so that they sound really like chorusy and phasey outside of it. So it kind of sounds outside of like the actual realm of the music itself. And then, did I echo the ad-libs? I don't think I echoed them.
Come along, bitch. Niggas got me fucked up.
Maybe I did. Oh yeah, it's like really low.
Bitch.
Yeah, I echoed them.
You at all
The regular vocals are echoed too, I think, right?
at home.
Yeah.
Niggas say if I come up, then they gon' come along. Bitch. Niggas got me fucked up. Where was you at all along? Bang. I been.
When you listen to this song in the car, everything sounds separated. Like it's funny because Apple dropped that spatial audio shit. And I'm like, nigga, I've been mixing my shit spatial this entire time, like without it. Like I've been in this. I'm always thinking of it that way. I don't think of music as just, all right, two speakers left and right. Here we go. Sound feels. It feels. F-I-L-L-S. It feels. Sound feels.
The door. Niggas try to flex on while I'm still alive. I hate I address all these demons. Something still inside me, I don't know.
And listen to this nigga's beat, man. Who does he think he is?
Fuck it till she saw, ayy. Bustin' at the package, she won't suck it off on raw, ayy. Vision psychedelic, she got missions I can't call. I don't trust the bitch that be too nice to me too long. Shit. Someone called a doctor, put my trauma on the phone. BBS, my V.
The cool thing about this song is that if I put it at the end of the album, the story will feel like it plays backwards, right? Because this is kind of the energy that I had in the beginning of that situation, and X is the energy that you have at the end of the situation, and this is the energy, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of feels like it goes backwards, and then it applies back into Hand on the Throat, where the reverb of the vocals are in are not Hand on the Throat. Walk With Me, the song prior, where the reverb of the vocals are in reverse.
Off of me. Ooh, she say she in love with me.
Like that common theme I was talking about, Tenet, where the shit's in reverse, right? So it's like you're looking at like the reverse reality, but Missing is like a forward reality, right? So the end song it changes the way that this adventure plays out, and those mixing qualities, the mixing pieces, you know, the reverbs, the delays, the way that the vocals are spread and separated and put into stereo and image, etc. It all plays into this adventure and the nuances that are which are the tools that tell the story itself, that provide the reason for, okay, why is this called Bloodsport, right? And I told you in the beginning, this is why.
Me was you. She said I couldn't trust you. She said I couldn't love you. All that I wanted was you. Now I'm deep under. supposed to last, supposed to hold. You wasn't gonna be there to end, no. You was on the switch, the Nintendo. You love me, but that shit pretend, no.
The X is the reason why this is called Bloodsport, because it's the color of this. It's the color of blood. That's the color of the song. When we, that's the, you know, it fits the. That's the color of the music itself. When you hear that sound, when you hear this music, it is red. You know, it's like Vegas, but like red lights. Yeah, you was on the switch that Nintendo. Facts.
Nintendo, no. You was on the switch, the Nintendo. You love me, but that shit pretend, no. I caught feelings, brought me on my Zeno. I was trying to put you in that brand new Benz, though, with the tinted windows. Pull up on your friends, though, let the whole thing go. And you know you love to find me. Know you let me touch you, like you when you bust it. Why you tryna act like you was really mad, like you was living my life? No seatbelt through the highlight. Inside though, you was my life.
Defeat me while I'm still alive. I hate I address all these demons. Something still inside me, I don't know. 19 by my pillow, I don't know.
I feel like I want to add like groans or like screams or something to, I don't know, to give it to fill in the spaces between some of the drums with an emotional, striking aspect that gives it a tone of struggle, but a tone of also like triumph, like depending on how you're listening to it and how you view it. Just like, ah, dun, 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 ah, dun, 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 dun. You know what I mean? Like,
18 out the window, let it blow.
like a background, you know?
My bitch acting different.
Like you hear the dogs barking. You hear the dogs barking in the sample.
I address all these demons. Something still inside me, I don't know. 19 by my pillow, I don't know. 18 out the window.
Probably didn't even notice that the dogs were barking in that shit, did you?
Follow me.
You know, it's the wolf shit. But just imagine like Chain Gang, like the groan of like when they're slamming the hammer down. Tink, 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 like in between the transition.
Deep inside my psyche, niggas wanna kill me. Same niggas say they like me. Niggas won't be like me. Same niggas won't defeat me. While I'm still alive, I hate I address all these demons. Something still inside me.
Because we going to work. You feel me? We going to work. I might do that. I think I'm gonna do that. I think that's what I'm gonna add. Just to try it. I'm gonna try it and see how it comes out. I might do it myself or I might sample it.
Inside me, I don't know. 19 by my pillow, I don't know. 18 out the window, let it blow.
Over the dogs too.
My bitch acting different than before. I ain't mean to fuck the vibe, but now you know.
Dap up my attorney at the door.
Niggas try to flex on me, this gurney's on the floor.
Bitch.
Used to pray to God, now I only pray for me.
This is what I do. Like on a to speak on like a more of a regular like day-to-day kind of thing. This is what I do, man. I there's days I sit here and I run through all of my I go through my music files, songs that may even not even be on the album, right? Like songs that I just have like just chilling, you know what I'm saying? Like joints that I'm just sitting on that aren't maybe not on this album, maybe they'll end up on another one, freestyles, whatever. And I just go through and I tweak and oh what if we added, you know, I try to listen to things with new ears. I don't listen to my music very often, not as often as a lot of people may think. I don't listen to music very often in general, like any music, as often as people may think. So a lot of times I find myself when I come back to the shit with I have fresh ears, right? So I'm able to step outside of the ideas that I had from the original. Sometimes that can be a bad thing, but most of the times it's a good thing because it allows me to be creative without having that bound of like content contention, I guess I think is the word, of like with what was there, like not like it allows you to like eliminate demoitis. I think time is the biggest eliminator of demoitis. Because sometimes you just need time to like not think about that shit and not like be around it or like not love it or not, you know what I'm saying? And then come back later and be like, oh, like, what if we did this? What if we added this? What if I tweaked this here? What if I move this over here? Whatever. And it opens it all up for you and allows you to like try different shit, like me wanting to put fucking groans over over this song. Like I never thought of that until literally just now. You know, the thing with Hand on the Throat earlier where I added the like to the beginning. I've been thinking about something that I wanted to do with that in particular. But I wasn't thinking that I did. So that was fresh too. That was also a fresh idea that came right here live in front of you on stream. It's something so small. I know it's not major. I didn't sit here and write a new verse. I didn't change a beat pattern. I didn't do anything crazy. I didn't completely remix an EQ or stuff like that. I didn't really expect that I was going to do that because like I said, I've been sitting on these songs for damn near almost a year, some of them, you know, months. So I knew that the songs were in places that are good places, but there are little things that right. It's all in the details, little things I could add to, you know, bring out more of the texture and really like when people listen to me, like you guys have listened to my music before, you've heard older songs, you know where I'm coming from, you kind of know about. A lot of people are going to hear this music for the first time. I think that's a big thing that a lot of people that support me and listen to my work is that once you're a wolf, you're on the inside now. Like once you're fucking with me, you're a wolf. Like you're here now. You're with me. So it's like I think about a lot about how to get new ears, how to get new listeners, not just please the ones that are here. You know, if you're here, then you get it. Okay, now I need to go how do I get them to get it? You know what I mean? That's a huge thing for me. It's going to change my life if done correctly. You know, Lexus, you said earlier in the chat, oh, we need to get him in big major studios and da. You don't have to give me big major studios, but the bigger picture of just being in those situations, you know, to be able to. Yeah, a lot of that comes from motherfuckers. The reason why I can't get this missing beat is because I'm not famous enough, because I'm not popping enough, because it doesn't behoove them to give me a beat that good. You know, that I came across on some, you know what I'm saying, on some shit because I have friends in the industry type shit. I love this music. I love this album. I like it. It's small. It's the shortest project. But no, it's not the shortest project. It's the same size as See Me With The Hands. I wanted to do 9 songs, but you know, I was told, my manager said, why would we give them more songs than they're paying us for, or giving us, you know, budget for, or whatever I should say. So that's kind of what do you think the rap industry would look like with you in it? I don't know. Sexy? I don't know. I don't know, man. I think that a lot of niggas that I fuck with are in the industry by themselves, and I don't think that should be. I think that what I intend to do with the industry is different than what I tended to do last year. And what I tend to do now, what my idea of it is to more so reinvigorate and put that battery back in a lot of niggas' backs. You know, I think a lot about like the 2000s, like early to mid 2000s. It's just all the artists, all the rappers, all the fucking shit that was going on, like all the different albums that were coming out. It was just crazy, bro. And the energy was so crazy. Like it was so much. It was wild, bro. It was fire. And I want to see that more. I want to see that again. My only purpose here is to ask the hard questions in hydration. And I appreciate you, Death Wolves. And I'm going to hydrate. You ain't even got to pay for that one. I'm going to hydrate. Don't worry about it. See? But yeah, Nah, please, any questions? Any questions? I'm open to them. Like, you know, I played you the fucking album, and the thing that got me here to even want to play this album. Hold on one second. The thing that got me here to even want to play this album was that